We've shipped 47 versions of Aspire. There's lots of stuff to catch people up on.
Let's do some fun stuff.
And now we can do Python, JavaScript, Go, Rust, and it will all look the same and it will all be consistent.
Come and embrace the chaos.
Yep. Good morning, Damien. Isn't it so cute?
Chaos indeed.
We just gave our lovely motion people, like the people who do like motion I don't know when they're not marketing, they're not design, but they are. She was just like, send me some YouTube clips, and I was like, okay, here's like some stuff. Yeah. And then Beth, who is in the chat, who I promised after AspiriConf is over can go back to doing actual real PM work instead of marketing. Kind of like gave her some pointers, and then she made this cute little trailer for AspiriConf, dun, 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 dun. Which is what I was charismatically bitching to Fowler about while we were trying to see if Damien would show up before or after we started the stream. Because you know what? As I said to Fowler, I'm learning empathy for the first time in my life. That's not true. I'm a very empathetic person, but I speak at conferences. I don't respond to emails. And so when people ask me for things, it usually takes a couple pings and then there's some iteration and then, I get it done. I get the thing done. I am now the person who has to ping for this because for some reason, YouTube idiots let me plan a conference.
Good.
So
I don't remember letting you do anything. It just happened, I think.
It's true. I said I was going to do it and neither of you stopped me, which is honestly on you, actually. Need to be stopped. But I'm the person who has to ping people who are like busy people and be like, I am so sorry, but I need a picture of your face or I'm going to start using whatever I want, which is how we ended up with the Fowler meme picture on the thing, by the way.
What's funny is like me and Damien got pinged for build and I didn't say a word. Damien handled the whole thing and then they asked for my opinion and I was like, I don't have an opinion.
Well, while Damien was handling the whole thing with Hanselman, Beth and I were getting pinged from the other side of marketing to handle the same thing and come up with the title of the session that I am not even involved in, but PJ is going to put my name on it because I was like, you better put my name on it because I'm writing these two stupid sessions that Hanselman signed them up for.
That was pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Anyways, that's how my day is going. Hi, David. Nobody stopped me is the story of Aspire in general.
Actually, probably true.
That's so true. Pierce on VS Code and James Montemagno on DevRel. I don't know if that's what his team is now, but whatever. He's been around. They've both been starting this. You can just do things. And like they keep changing it to their team status and everything. And I'm like, no. You can just do things. I can just do things. Many people, if they just do things, someone like me or Pierce or James is going to go smack them. So,
trouble.
Anyways, so we after last week's absolute baller, I saw Rasmus is in the chat. Like
it was a classic,
1.5 hour,
one of all time.
Yeah, like all time AspiriFridays, like back in a big way. Which if you haven't watched it, I haven't clipped it yet. I had the AI go make some clips, but I have to go edit them. I do have a clip of me that's saying this is not going to be an 8-hour stream. So we'll put that on the YouTube.
It was good. I mean, I was kind of in shock while we were doing it that much stuff happened. We got it first of all that it worked because that should have worked.
We actually built a deployment integration, and the maintainer of Docploy, who in his credit only said we, even though I was looking at Docploy and he is the only person, heard about AspiriFridays through some tweet and shows up and was like, what is Aspire? So do that. And yeah, it was crazy. So Rasmus is in the chat and he's also on the Discord. He's a student, by the way, for those of you who watched last week. And he was able to deal with the crosstalk of these two.
To be honest, that's like next level.
Like a pro.
And on a live stream.
Yeah, on a live stream in the middle of the freaking night in Denmark. So like I'm able to mostly parse through you two's stuff in my own way, but that's because I know you and I work with you every day. Like this. Anyways, rambling aside. So after last week's all-time stream, yesterday I was like, oh my God, it's already Friday again. I'm not ready. What do we do? I know what we do. Fowler has been introducing a variety of bugs. Much to everyone in the chat, Seb, David, on the team. Safia, you're lucky, girl.
I
you
use the
got
product
at the right time.
That's the real reason.
She'd be losing her mind. Yeah, she's not here to clean it up. And James cleans up everybody else's stuff, so he doesn't clean up yours.
He really does.
Yeah. And so we're like, we're getting ready to ship 13.2 and we're trying things out. And as you saw from the AspiriConf trailer, like we're really doing more in the Polyglot stuff that we've been doing for the last year. So we're trying to ship the preview of this TypeScript app host, right? Like an Aspire app host in TypeScript. And we basically have just let Fowler and Seb and now Pine is helping out, thank God, just like go into the world and build stuff. And Fowler's like, Maddie, make a video. And every time I go to make a video, I'm like, oh! So we thought we'd put Fowler in the hot seat.
My fault?
Yeah.
How is it my fault?
It is not Damien's fault.
Because you made us do more work.
No.
Good work. Good work.
I love to blame Damien. This one's not his fault.
It's recorded. We can't back out of this. No. Damien's like, are we gonna do this by this date? And we were all like, crap. Yeah,
so
okay.
The list of things on the screen, and then I glanced at the calendar and I was like,
because Damien can
come gonna work.
He's the practical one. Someone was asking me like who actually runs the Aspire team. Andreas was asking me in the chat and Discord, and I was like, Jose, who we never see.
Jose's the manager.
Yeah, yep. He runs the team, and he goes, How many leads are there? I go, oh, what you don't understand, Damien, David, and I actually have no power. Like this is purely on peer pressure and clout that we never, like.
That's what the best teams are built.
Lead exactly. Like Jose is the one who merges who pushes the release button and writes everybody's performance reviews and keeps the wheels on the bus. And then we just sit here and we just show up on a Friday and we just talk about random shit and we call it a day. Like, great. So just for what it's worth. I mean, Damien and Fowler, obviously you guys have a lot of technical leadership and experience leadership. I have a lot of vibe-driven leadership, which I think brings a really important
That
aspect.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So,
yeah.
Jose is the enabler because we worn him down. You should see how much he does not enable.
I mean, Jose has to kind of take the brunt from us and then translate it into like English.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's a tough job.
Did I swear?
Yeah. Twice.
Oh!
Twice already.
All right. Did I? Okay.
You should bring up, Maddie, the GitHub stats for Aspire.
Oh,
worthwhile showing how much stuff is like happening.
It's out of control.
It's funny because the burn note keeps hitting 34.
Burn
and
down
then going up to 40. And then going up to 30
now, isn't it?
Well, hold on. Let me see if I have Maddie swears. Yes. Okay.
Accidentally.
Not gonna game it. I was telling Fowler also before, I'm giving a keynote. If anyone's going to be at Future Tech in Amsterdam next week, I'll be there. I'll be doing the midday keynote. It's only 30 minutes though, which I really have to plan out what I'm going to say.
Mm.
When I'm on stage, I'm pretty good about not swearing, but this, I don't even realize I do it.
Counterintuitive. Short talks are harder.
Yes.
Much harder. Yes. So much harder.
Yeah. Especially with AI. It's called use AI to build AI without losing your mind. So I'm going to have to pre-can all my demos or pre-record because there's no
Fowler
way.
And I did an AI Aspire talk in early December, right? And that was 25 minutes.
That was rough.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Okay. Hold on. Let me open the issue. The issue's cute too. So Jose, our Lord and Savior, did make a GitHub issue that's like repeating. It opens and closes every day.
An agentic workflow.
I think GitHub was down or something.
Yeah, GitHub was down yesterday.
It was the thing yesterday, right?
Let me try the other. Let me try one from yesterday. I mean, this one. Yeah, this is much better. Okay. So you can go and see these. We're just opening them as issues and then closing them as not planned the next day. We should probably tag them.
We don't.
Oh, burn down.
It's all automatic.
Oh. Oh, I did swear in the Godot talk. That's okay. No, that doesn't count because that was in my office building. That was in my office building. So technically I was home. So you can do whatever you want at home. That was fun. That Godot count was great. Okay. So this is our burn down chart. You can see it's not going down. It's going up.
It's just a burn chart, okay? Let's not talk about
burn chart. Open source swearing doesn't count. Open source swearing. I'm taking it. All right. Completion of the milestone for 13.2 is at 95%. That's probably only because there's 1,000 things in there.
I think the issues here are like, that looks wrong.
Yeah.
We didn't close 800 issues. Did we?
I think we did.
No.
I think we did.
Hold on. Click on the milestone.
Yeah. That does sound right. Wasn't it 700 and something not that long ago?
No, hold on. I mean, for this milestone, not overall.
For this milestone, 13.2.
It's not filtering.
It's not?
It must not be. That's too many bugs.
Well, the issues, not bugs. Let's be clear.
Issues. It's problems.
It's true.
Issues. 13.2, 886 closed. What did it say?
It was like in the 800s, yeah.
Yeah, it's correct.
Fowler, you don't even believe that you've introduced enough bugs for you to close the amount of bugs.
They're 800?
Yes.
And 13.1, we closed 529. 13.0 was 738. 9.5 was 514. So yeah, we're tracking.
What the?
Seems about right.
Anyways, the nice thing about this is it will show you
our PRs.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's all issues, right? It's everything that's denoted as an issue in GitHub.
It's stuff. So it's just stuff.
It's stuff.
Activity.
It's stuff. We've done a lot of stuff. Notable changes merged in the last 24 hours. I actually quite like this because I wake up and now I have a summary instead of me on my phone going to the closed PRs tab and being like, I don't know what any of these mean. Okay, bye. Seb was cooking yesterday. Thank you, Seb.
All week.
Mostly because I've also been bullying them into merging the Foundry integration because I want to use it in my keynote next week, which is how you get things done as a PM. You say, well, I have to show this to people in 4 days, so it better be done.
It works.
It works. Now I get to spend all weekend bashing on it, but it will be fun. Adam's been cooking. Oh my God. Adam did some... Never mind. I'm going to get so sidetracked. We need to show Fowler code.
What? You can show stuff.
No. It's not merged. It will be Seb. Don't worry. And then we have the triage queue, which is good too, because we still do like manual triage, which is kind of crazy.
For now.
But also, not period all. Last month. Is this the one I want?
Is it GitHub up? Oh
my God. Poor GitHub.
Dun.
Friend in my yoga class. I didn't want to tell you this morning because you were going to be like, where's my TypeScript video? I was going to be like, I went to yoga. But she works at Atlassian. She's a product marketing manager, Beth. So, but she's technical. She's on the technical side. And we both travel for work. And so like, that's how she was like, oh yeah, like I won't be in class next week because I'm going to be in some European country. And I was like, oh, same. She was like, oh. But because she works at Atlassian, I was like, you guys must be having a great time with GitHub being down all the time. She was like, yeah, it's pretty funny because last year we were down all the time and now GitHub's down all the time.
Like, James is right behind Copilot. I have a theory though.
Why? You have a theory?
Yeah. James and Seb, they don't have Copilot mark PRs for some reason.
Oh.
I haven't seen Copilot in their commits.
In their commits, you mean?
Yeah, I haven't seen that often.
Have they not updated their CLI in 4 weeks?
I don't know. They have to have been, right? Because it auto updates.
It is optional. It is the feature is optional in the CLI. So
I see.
It opted in automatically for me, but like
me too.
Maybe they opted out.
CLI has the coding agent, which is pretty.
Seb says he does have it, and you're lying.
Sure, Seb. Sure. You're telling me in the last month you've written 173,000 lines of code? Because if so, that's actually bad. Like, That's
Slop
bad.
Central. It's Slop Central. Slop Central.
I do like that there is 2 copilots. This one, I believe, is the GitHub Copilot.
That's what we call the cloud coding agent.
Or yes, CCA.
Right, and the other one is
the CLI.
That one is just the CLI. If you're using like GitHub Copilot agent mode in VS Code, it doesn't amend commits right now, but there is a VS Code mode for CLI integration now. So if you enable that and manage your sessions using the CLI from VS Code, then they would be attributed, co-attributed, co-authored to the Copilot account.
So what you're telling me is that Seb and James just don't use the CLI; they use VS Code, and that's actually worse.
Who knows?
I'm just kidding.
Who knows? But Seb checked in a bunch of code that was generated. So I wonder if that's why he has such an obscene amount of like commits recently.
Alex Karim says VS Code did start labeling commits a couple days ago. It is the new hotness.
Good. The VS Code team is cooking. Anyways, we're doing a lot of stuff, but as you can see, we're burning up.
We are burning up.
And a lot of these, actually this week, I will say, Fowler has not written a lot of code this week. He's been nerd sniped. Last week, disaster. So we thought we would put Fowler in the hot seat, and you can see, A, ideally he fixes a few bugs, but B, we've had a lot of feedback about, like, you know, people don't know how other people are using agents, and especially if you're an AspiriFridays fan, chances are you're on the bleeding edge of things more than other people you work with, right? And so we're on the bleeding edge, and we're closer to the center of gravity, and people really liked when Damien and I just like kind of noodled with AI for a bit. So we figured it would be good to force Fowler to fix his bugs by blocking off the time, and then he can also show you kind of how his agentic workflow is. I would say, like, my preface to this is Fowler is insane and ahead of most people. Like, Damien and I are able to relatively keep up because we're close to his world, and the Aspire team is very AI native by now. Like, I think we're really lucky. There are very few other engineering teams that we work near in like the languages and frameworks or that are as AI native as Aspire is right now. But if this all is like, you haven't even heard of any of this yet, that's okay. Because this stuff is all changing every single week. And it's going to take a long time for companies to catch up. But this is real. Like, Fowler's going to show you the real workflow that we do for realsies. Maui team entered the chat, Gerald. I was going to name drop the Maui team because you guys have actually been probably the most AI native team. After the last all hands we had, I was like, I got really upset.
I have a lot of cool automation and skills in the
so, yeah. And I will say, yeah, Fowler and Damien too. I have, but less so, have put a lot of time into optimizing the AI and automating it around your particular workflow. And so that's cool because there's a lot of ways to do it, but it's like setting up your terminal theme or your email filters or any of those things, right? Like, it's another thing you have to take the time to optimize and whatever. So that's my spiel, because I know a lot of you were going to be like, my company would die before it let me do this.
There's some common, there's some sort of breakdowns of how would you explain it? Like leveling descriptions of like how pilled are you in terms of like what level of agentic coding have you achieved? And I think there's a couple of popular ones. They have about like 0 to 6 levels, 0 to 7, 0 to 5, depending on which one you look at.
11.
And what's that? 11 for you? 11. The common meme though is that most people don't go past level 2. And anything above level 2 is effectively when you are doing multiple concurrent agents in some type of loop harness, whether it's, you know, something that you write as a bash script like a Ralph loop or some other higher level thing that might be changing. Like, but even like getting like past level 0 where you're doing, or level 0 I guess is nothing, and level 1 I think is like completions, basically smart completions based on AI, and then level 2 is you're using an agent to actually generate code. And then beyond that is kind of like, yeah, now you're, as you said, Maddie, you're like creating skills, creating agents, creating you know, those type of assets that you use to help. And then beyond that is like, now you're orchestrating multiple agents or using something like Brady's squad, right? Which maybe, you know, depending again on which one you read, might be a level 4 or a level 5. And then you got things like Gastown, which are like I like it level 11 to Fowler's point.
Yeah.
And
Jay said in the chat, we do have infinite tokens if we use Copilot.
So technically we don't have infinite tokens. We have unlimited tokens. It's just it's a slight semantic difference. But yes, we have unlimited tokens.
What is
Infinite express to me kind of means that it's going to be there forever until the
That's true.
death of the universe. But we
There's
have unlimited tokens.
already been talks of we're costing a lot of money, so maybe we have to turn down. Like, we can't use the super expensive models, right? And we all also pay for it on the side. I think
the ones you're referring to, Maddie, aren't even available to the public. So, like,
I was gonna say,
when you say the super expensive models, like, no one knows what you mean because they don't exist in the public.
Although one that I have now turned on is like internal only.
How am I supposed to know?
You have to watch all the things.
I watch so much stuff. Okay.
So they have actually renamed some of the models. So when you select them from the UI, it says internal only, so that you can be you can go, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about this one. Stuff like that. So
that's hilarious.
Let me change my default.
Okay. Yeah. Wait.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to share your screen, my man.
Well, there's a stream mode too, Fowler. So you should probably invoke the stream mode of your agent.
On Copilot?
Yeah, Copilot CLI. It's been there for about a month now.
Yeah.
What does it do?
Opus 4.
It turns off things, all the staff mode features. It turns off access to models that are not public. Awesome. It turns off the unlimited banner. It turns off, it doesn't.
Look at that.
Odds that James built that. Like,
this one's
high. Fowler, did your Copilot and PR ever get merged? The CLI PR?
I'm still fighting.
You guys might have heard last week. Fowler's been trying to contribute to.
That's been over a week now.
He's too slow.
I left to go to an offsite, and then I came back, and there's like 1,000 merge conflicts.
Yeah, he's literally too slow.
My change is adding a sub agent to let Copilot configure itself. So it should get merged hopefully today, if the Sanderson helps me out.
Do you, Fowler, while you continue trying to share your screen, do you ever feel mentally exhausted from juggling so many tasks at the same time with AI? Yes, I do.
Yeah. But
I also feel like any moment I'm not spent AIing something in the background is a moment wasted, which is exhausting.
Yeah, that's a slightly different thing. But yes, there's lots of feels that come. Some people thrive, like some people are just like super high achievers and love the insanity, the workaholics of the world. But yes, definitely the seeing like that thought of like, I don't have an agent running, that's a missed opportunity. But it's not, they're not at the point where like you still have to commit time to like explaining what it is that you want well up front. And if you don't do that, you get slop out, right? Like they work as well as the time that you put into to describing what you want. So
so last night I started working on something new, and I started at 10 p.m. and I was like, get to bed before midnight. And then like by 12:01 I was like midstream. So I took my computer, I just put it on autopilot, and I put it down and left it open. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's back up. There's a whole one more prompt thing that was happening to me before, and you would do one more, and then one more. And it's like, just stop.
Much good self-control. Okay, can I share it? Is there anything sneaky up there?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Oh, no! Kidding.
Okay. So you're already in the Copilot CLI tool?
Yeah.
Are you in YOLO mode? Are you in YOLO mode?
Always. So I have 3 terminals. Let me start. So it'll be Damien's job to tell me when I'm like going way too fast.
Okay.
So I have 2 Aspire forks, and I could use work trees. So I have Aspire and Aspire 2. All right. You can see my directories there. There's it. This is a typical Postgres stuff. And I will just open up one of these things, Copilot YOLO mode resume. Either resume or not resume, depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I will end up in Copilot. I can run it. I have 1 Aspire pair. So here's my, look at that. All right, so this branch is, we are going to rewrite Aspire settings JSON, which is not fully complete. Yeah, this is a meeting that we all had actually this week, I think, and we all discussed how to move from Aspire settings to a new file format. Aspire config JSON. I have not written any code. I took the meeting AI transcript, copy and pasted it into as a prompt, and I took a bunch more context, and then I had it just go. Actually, I have no idea what it did. It's a draft PR here now that has like a bunch of stuff in it. So I think typical flow, there's test failing. Typical flow ends up looking like, tell me where we're at.
Where we're at, yeah.
I don't know. I just came back out of context.
What? Marshall just said, I'm surprised Damien didn't roast David for typing clear instead of Control L. Does Control L clear the terminal?
Clear? Sorry.
What?
Is it Control L?
Does that work?
Look at that.
Look at that, yeah.
It does work.
I type clear.
Is it a Windows terminal thing, or is that's got to be a Windows terminal thing?
It must be
a terminal thing, yeah.
Yeah. Can you give this a little a pinch and zoom also? Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Where we're at.
So this change, this was a big change that we were discussing. Actually, one thing I should do is this change had an issue associated. I don't know where it is. There's a to me on GitHub.
Can you move your mic a little further away from your keyboard, dude?
Further? Is it too like super?
Yeah, you're so
super obnoxiously loud, and there's some folks in the chat who are...
Is it better? Is that better?
A little bit. It's definitely
Slightly
less
better.
sharply clacky.
It's not as
Speaking of
obnoxious as it was.
keyboards. Speaking of keyboards.
Turn the gain down. No. Can you find it? I wonder if people have seen using the agent not just for like coding, but just for like arbitrary.
Just like planning, like talking about. Oh, you mean for like admin stuff, like find issues and do stuff type of thing?
So I asked it to find the bug assigned to me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what the bug was. Ooh,
Rainy.
You got a Rainy as well.
I did.
Nice.
I wanted to copy you guys after last week. I ordered it.
Very nice.
Sorry. It didn't come with the case though. I got it from the Amazon link. I want the nice carrying case. Anyways.
Did you get the Pro?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I got the David Fowler.
You don't have the case?
No, it didn't come with the case.
Where'd you buy it from?
Amazon.
You knew?
Interesting.
Yeah. No.
Oh man.
Anyways.
All right. So one of the things that I would do now for this thing is like this is the issue that I opened with no details at all. We had that. So this was opened to think about. Then we had a meeting, and then the PR kind of has details. So I would say update the. I have to spell properly. So hopefully now it should just update the issue using you.
Who muted him?
I did.
Am I on mute?
He muted himself.
Did I mute myself?
Yeah.
My bad. So there's one hard bug I think worth working on because it's not a fire and forget bug. It requires a little bit of like design, so you can see kind of planning. But this now should update that issue. To explain, look at that. It's as though I spent time thoughtfully writing this bug out instead of just reverse engineered it from the implementation. So we are going to have the Polyglot app host have a new file, Aspire config JSON. With these properties, this is what Maddie and crew came up with. I think it's probably missing stuff. Probably needs more stuff.
Yeah, this was the first pass though. Yeah. So yeah, the problem is we have this .aspire/settings JSON. We also have apphost.run.json. And we were thinking about maybe like where do we put packages in the TypeScript app host? And so we're thinking, consolidated config file. So that was the TLDR. This is where we kind of came up with.
It's funny. I think people that have if your requests aren't unlimited, you probably don't want to burn it on like arbitrary stuff. But I think it's worthwhile showing how much you can automate by just like using it for pretty much everything. This command. So funny enough, like there's a diff. Oh, it's new. It's
diff.
There's a diff command in the CLI, but
I haven't used it yet.
The color's improved now. So if you are, I don't have VS Code open right now on this repository, but I'll just look at the changes if they're small and try to figure out what it did. So this is an easy way to just code review stuff in the terminal. Commit and push. I haven't written git commit in a while. Oh man.
I find the terminal mode in the CLI isn't as fast as I would expect it to be. It still like has
it feels slower.
If I do bang and then type something, I expect it to be a fully transparent pass through, but it still seems to like think and like because it processes like execute and then it captures the output and then it processes it and then it shows it. I just want what I really want for that to be is just a transparent, just let me run a command and see the output natively, right?
Yeah.
Just doesn't seem to be that yet.
Can you see it?
Yeah, that's nice.
Code?
Yeah, that's the new thing, right?
Yeah.
New last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever.
New 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so Fowler, pick a bug. Any bug.
There's a pretty bad. You want an easier or a hard one? There's a pretty hard one that I started working on recently.
Oh,
do we want to start with an easy one?
Yeah, I guess we could start with an easy one.
Y'all are so boring.
I mean, I'm just thinking of the viewers.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a small success first, and then we can. Hey, or you could do both. Kick the easy one off in
at the same time in parallel.
Go and do another one.
All right, let's go find a bug from 13.2 milestone, so it's actually useful to fix.
Yes.
What bugs are assigned to me? I don't want to see this.
Staging feed too difficult to use.
Only two. Only two really hard ones. So let's find.
No, just pick anyone. It doesn't have to be assigned to you.
What? Any bug?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Any bug.
I assumed he had done this part already. I didn't realize we were going to like pick a bug on.
Well, I have.
I have one in mind, but
okay.
Like, I figured I'd let him go.
I have I had one that was hard. That was just going to be like a really requires a lot.
Wait,
of thought,
are you filtered to 13.2? There's stuff in there that seems.
What?
Okay.
It's on 13.2, yeah.
Like using the internal browser in VS Code is in scope for 13.2. We don't have like that seems like a real scope creep item.
Where's that?
Right there.
Safia's already like, I would have fixed a bunch of bugs by now. It's true.
There.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like we've got people opening bugs and assigning them to themselves and putting them in 13.2.
Yeah.
That's why it's going up.
The VS Code extension doesn't really like that.
I know, but like the whole team 13.2. That's what we want, right? Like we need to get 13.2 done.
Yeah. Okay.
There are no like turnkey ones to be honest. Like
SQL Server deployment scripts fail.
No,
non-trivial.
Nowhere near trivial.
Okay, this one's easy. Okay.
There
Yeah,
we go.
Okay. All right. So let's change this one.
You don't do /new first and clear the context?
Infinite sessions depends on what we're doing, but
I kind of like having a clean session for each.
Depends though. Like
okay.
I do type /context just to like check every now and then to see where I'm at, but note that when you go new, you're literally starting from scratch, so it'll need to discover everything from scratch, right? And so sometimes that's slower than just keep going from where you are, and everything you've been doing that's in the repo today is still in the session, right? So typically I won't do new unless I have a distinct reason to do it. Like I'm finding that the model is starting to do silly stuff, or
exactly.
It's clear there's context pressure, right? Like The reality is these coding agents now are very good at dispatching things to sub-agents and writing things to files and then grabbing and like doing stuff that's outside of the context to avoid like lots of context pollution just for long sessions. They're just really good at it now.
And all the hacks people are doing are becoming first class in the...
They're just part of the tool right now, a lot of that stuff. Yeah. But it's like, you know, running /context is fun just to see where you're at. Like, especially after, you know, if you've spent 45 minutes on something that feels like it's long, and then you look in and go, yeah, I mean, like he's only got 38% free space, but he's also only used 20% so far, right? Because there's a buffer, which is about the same. And then system and tools is quite a lot. So I don't know how many tools you've got enabled. 22% seems like a lot. I haven't checked mine for a while.
It's a lot. Not much.
I mean, you've got a few MCP servers there, but not an awful lot. I haven't seen how many tools you've got or how many skills you've got loaded. That doesn't tell you how big their tool list is, right? So
I mean, our skills are kind of bloated.
We do have a lot of skills. It's only the front matter that gets loaded, but
until you run them. So, okay, so I'll clear the context.
But I know some people are even sensitive to like, I don't want the skills enabled because I don't want the front matter loaded. I'll just invoke them when I want them. So
working on. All right, so this issue it's funny. There's a new command in Aspire 13.next version, 13.2, called Aspire Doctor. And what it does, it's supposed to do an environment check. So it checks your environment to make sure you have all the things configured and is on. So like, Docker is running, .NET is installed, the cert is trusted, and there's more things, right? So this came out of like just watching people hit a ton of bugs over and over and over on like cert messed up, or you have the wrong cert, or certs installed in different .NET versions, .NET not being installed, requiring the min version, Docker of different variations being installed and not being configured properly. So we do this gut check to make sure things are all working.
Right.
In Polyglot app host, so when you have a TypeScript app host, it still tells you that this isn't installed and it's an issue. So we have to make this check that you have .NET installed scope to .NET only app hosts. So this can no longer be a global.
So this will no longer be general environment. This now needs to move to environment plus current workspace effectively.
Yeah, exactly. So
which is good. We knew that was something we wanted to grow to. So
So if I can show this now. So let me try it. I'll just do it live. Let's do it live. So
wait, I think that's my board. Yeah.
What? Got it. Okay, so I've been using this new service, exe.dev, and it gives you a Linux VM like really quickly. So if I do this, I have 2 VMs running. If I run new, it'll give me a new one in like seconds.
I have to ask why not just use WSL given you're on Windows? What does this give you specifically?
Nothing.
What? You just wanted to try it?
I mean, new environments, so I can clean. I can kind of create VMs like
and
throw away fair. The ones that we saw. I'd say cattle versus pets.
Yeah,
your local environment is
WSL is still a pet. No, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I got a new VM right here, November Victor, and if I should be able to get Aspire. Okay, let me get Aspire. Where's our script? Let me get the install script. Dev.
That coding agent's called Shelly. That's cute.
So I'm gonna install the dev script. The new Aspire executable is bigger. It's not smaller, it's bigger because it now has a bunch of stuff in it. No more details in it. Has stuff in it. Brings down CP and
still smaller than Copilot CLI and Claude Code though.
That's not probably what you want.
I should have picked something else. Okay. It has a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, it has stuff in it.
To be clear, right? And if you look at it and you compare it to what gets downloaded with a CS proj app host, like the packages that you reference and download it, it's still less than that because it includes a runtime. It includes effectively a .NET runtime and a bunch of stuff and a bunch of Go stuff and like the dashboard is in there, right?
Yep. So I got a brand new VM. I installed Aspire, the dev build. Actually got staging, actually. Doesn't matter. If I do Aspire, it runs just fine. This is the new Aspire CLI. You see all the new
Nice.
commands.
That was
Good job,
quick.
Maddie did this big change to the help after raging out on stream. So
On
very
stream.
Beautiful.
good job, Maddie.
Custom help rendering. I love it.
Yeah,
This product impact, AspiriFridays.
big impact. If we do Aspire new, it shows me React and empty app host because I don't have .NET installed on this machine. This machine is a brand new machine, so there's nothing at all here installed. Control L works here too. Look at that. I'm using it from now on. See, not installed, nothing on my sleeves. If I run Aspire Doctor, it'll say you don't have .NET installed. Big failure. Docker engine is installed. Turn the tunnel on. So it has these warnings. So we want to get rid of this. This should not show up until you are looking at a .NET specific app host. That's the bug fix, right? So options would be to. So here's, I think, something kind of insane to show. That might be interesting, might be fun. So we just showed this new VM, right? November Victor XE. Typically, what you want to do is give the agent eyes. You want to have the agent be able to kind of see what it's working on, to see the impact. My local machine is Windows, and it had, what is it doing? Is it working? Oh my God, it started working by itself.
What do you mean by itself? What did you do? Did you tell it just to look at the bug?
I said we're working on this bug, and it just. Okay.
Well, you weren't in plan mode.
Okay, it's doing stuff.
Beaver.
It's doing stuff. It's pretty good. So we didn't get to go through like plan mode by itself at all. All right, let me revert. Double escape is supposed to revert. Anyway, my local machine is going to be green, so it can't verify what it's going to work on or what it's going to do. So I could work on the bug locally, push to GitHub, wait for this to see it to run, or I could give it access to this machine that I just spun up.
Right.
So it's like super not quitting. It's like hardcore. Control C, escape.
Oh, at least it's still animating. It's not the loop it's not the render loop that's hung. I had that last week.
Yeah, let's see what it did.
There you go. No? Is that you scrolling or is that it working?
I scrolled.
Oh, okay.
It is not stopping. This is like Skynet. This is Skynet. So typically I go into plan mode, ask it to do a survey of the current implementation, get a read of what it has, and then discuss the fix.
Just close this tab and start a new one.
Yeah, I will. This is the same.
Ooh, is that a work tree icon? That's cute.
Resume. Look at that. Resume the same session.
Yeah. Yep.
This is
there we go.
Big. What did you do?
I mean, it was doing build and test to verify everything. That's why it was like taking forever, but it's escape wasn't working.
So it modified .NET check IDI configuration service. Pretty good. Added is non.NET language async. Configured language in Aspire settings first, then falls back to the file pattern. If the .NET language is detected, the SDK is skipped, is returned blah. What happened? Okay, so plan mode, shift tab.
Yep.
It tells the agent to stop being so eager, and let's have a conversation about what's happening. So I think this maybe works. So let's do a diff. Let's go to the code. Let's see what happens. So it made some changes to this .NET environment check. Added this thing to say if you're not .NET language, skip the check fully. Seems good on the surface. I think one thing I'm worried about is it needs to know if an app host is nearby. So we need to figure out what to do if you're in a directory.
It's just checking. It's just checking the settings, right now.
Yeah, it's whoa. This looks busted. This diff view. I will use VS Code for this because the diff view is like often not great in the CLI. So I'll still use VS Code to look at these diffs,
right?
See what it changed in general. So I think right now it is assuming that it can just check the config. So if you have a language specified globally, it'll work. Detect language async. So this is like old school coding to me. It's like try development. It's looking at if the language is enabled. I see. So this is not right. So this is the current implementation is looking to see if the language is enabled. Also another mighty fix. If you look at Aspire, if you run Aspire config list in the new version of Aspire, it has this very beautiful feature flag list that shows you what features are enabled. It's checking to see if these are turned on.
Why are you giving me so much credit today? Are you going to do something to piss me off?
Yeah, later.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
This is the pre-glaze.
Yeah. I feel the glaze and I'm like, I think something's going to happen.
So you could have been happy, but no, you're just like suspicious.
I'm happy. I am happy.
No, you're suspicious. No, you're like.
Thank you. I mean, to be fair, this looked way uglier the first one I merged, but
Yeah,
then
first one
I was like, that's
got better. I mean, my one complaint is that this takes over what I want to see. Like I want to see this.
Yeah.
But it's showing me all the features.
I was thinking about putting that behind a flag, like
Probably.
Aspire config list all, but then I was like,
and then saying run this command to see all features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get the agent to do that right now.
Yeah, do that. So this
Sophia, she misses the anxiety that gets triggered from a glaze. No, but for real. Okay.
So this implementation is not right. So let's go into plan mode. We need to handle when we need to detect post instead of looking at the language. So if you have an app post in context, it needs to detect that and determine if it should warn or not about .NET. That's the current change. So Plan was gonna look at the code and then try to figure out and give me suggestions for what the implementation should change. Like one concern is that this will make things slower. So if you're like in the root of a directory, .NET has to scan looking for app posts.
Which we do in certain paths anyway, right? And that's what the settings files for. Yeah. Like we have, so we do that. But so I guess the question is, if the settings file already exists and it already has an app post in it, why would we scan again during Doctor?
We wouldn't. So that logic would just reuse that settings file if it's there. If it's not there, though, if you're in a naked directory and you run, it just
that seems reasonable then.
Maybe what we could do is right now the environment checks, the way it works is it does the check in parallel, but it only shows you results once they're all done. I wonder if we could do something crazy where it shows the results for ones that are done already, and then the ones that are taking long can spin or keep going. Line. Probably require some crazy Spectre console stuff.
Yeah, and once you go async stuff with Spectre console, it limits what visualizations you can do, but it only a few of them. Like most, I think for the stuff we're talking about here, it should be fine. We could use that. They have a built-in one for like multiple parallel things happening with progress.
Yeah. So plan ready for review. Blah blah blah. Walk up directory. Look for Aspire settings. JSON. Resolve app post language. If not .NET app post. Blah blah blah. Skip the check.
So we already have that logic there, right?
I know. So Control Y shows you the entire plan. If you want to go here and change.
Sometimes it's Control E. Changed recently on mine.
No, Control Y.
Fowler, can you
Control E right there.
Question?
Weird. Huh? Say what?
How does the CLI run without .NET installed? I think you kind of breezed by this with Doctor.
I didn't explain how any of that stuff works.
No, you breezed by it. But
do people want to know?
Tangent?
Detour and explain.
The short answer is like, there's a short answer, right? The CLI is
what? There's no short answer.
It's a native executable. Like we use native AOT.
Well, that's for one part.
Yeah, but that's the answer to this question.
Is it?
That is the short. Yes, that is the short answer.
How is it that the Aspire CLI runs if there's no .NET installed? It's because you don't need .NET installed after you've native AOT compiled your .NET app. Right. That's the answer. Our CLI happens to do a whole bunch of other crazy stuff that we haven't got to yet. That is tangentially related to, but I don't have .NET installed. How are you doing X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
But if it's just like, well, how is the CLI running? It's native AOT published.
It's true. That's right. Yeah, it is native AOT, and then there's a lot of insane stuff happening in the next version to make it like work, to make all of it work without that completely for TypeScript. Yeah. Okay, so this is not the plan I want. So I want to change the entire plan because this is still doing stuff that I don't fully want to do. I think we do want this. We do want to be able to find the settings file. I'll say, look at how Aspire run works and how it So one thing AI is really bad at, it really does not look to see, it doesn't do a deep check of the code base. I mean, I could probably change to codex and get better results sometimes. But it hardly looks around the code base to figure out what shared code it can use to implement the same behaviors.
Which one?
What I find is it does a really good job at like scanning the entire code to figure out what code to share or refactor. So you often have to nudge it, or it will kind of duplicate logic sometimes, or most times, to be honest, because it just brute forces. So
and it's hard to like. I've seen some approaches to that are to try and keep like context enhancers up to date. So like have an agents.md, which then references like area stuff so that it can, if it's in a particular area or it's looking for a particular like a type of thing, it might go and look for it as a result of that. But you're right. This gets back to, it's not going to just load the entire code base into context, obviously.
No,
so you need to either nudge it to look in a certain place, which of course means you need to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
So you could look somewhere. Or like I've said, I've seen other, like even Copilot and init, if you run the /init command in Copilot CLI, it basically dumps, it includes things like look here in this file for examples of XYZ, and this area of the code base is for doing, ABC. And so we haven't done that in Aspire, I think. Have we? Our repo doesn't have like we haven't got into that routine of keeping a up-to-date kind of like, here's all the different areas, here's how you do such and such. So it's a reference from our agents MD.
No,
but we could.
Yeah. It's funny because like you see some of the people talking about keep those things super simple.
Yeah.
And when every new model comes out, delete and start over and see what things can be known by the model versus what things are actually for your code base. It's kind of this balance. Like sometimes
same with skills, right? Like you could in theory use a skill that's hidden from the model so that it's only ever available when it's directly invoked, and you could have a skill per logical like code area, and then you could invoke it and then use that prompt, and then it would have a bunch of stuff in there that describes the code that you can use. And maybe there's one about shared code, right, that the repo has, and where shared code should go or be read from. But yeah, it's interesting. I'd love to hear what other people are doing.
I think that would be super useful, to be honest, because it's funny. I think James ended up writing a bunch of skills that he has locally now to do that in some cases. Because it really biases to, like, at least Opus does, it brute forces solutions.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. The comment here from Arlano saying it's missing a semantic model. And Roslyn could export something like that, AI optimized. Yeah, there's work going on in that space. This is kind of at the frontier of how to improve agentic coding beyond brute force and the existing sort of markdown / tools approach to pulling stuff in just in time. There are other approaches being researched in the industry, which are like, what if I have a super rich index of the code base available in a way that's natively available to the model? Does that improve the experience for certain type of tasks, day-to-day stuff, et cetera, et cetera? So I haven't got any experience with those things. I haven't even configured LSP support yet. I know some people have. That's in the CLI now. There is an experimental LSP. What's that?
The current meme is that those things have not meaningfully helped in like my guess is it would help if you had like a really complex code base with dependencies that were really like not anywhere near your code base. But it's like grep versus semantic bind.
Yeah.
It really, it depends. I think it depends.
Yeah. I mean, this is like I said, this is kind of at the frontier right now. Like, I think we'll see this change in the next few months, 6 months, 12 months. If we're here next year talking about this, the status quo might be somewhat different.
Technical. I love the questions about technical skills atrophying. Probably. I mean, so it's funny. Steve Sampson gave a keynote at NDC about that part.
Yeah.
About him typing code and it feeling weird. 100%. Like when I have to type code, it feels weird. It feels weird now.
Yeah.
I know I can still do it. I spent like half my life doing it, so I'm not that worried about losing it after a year. But after like five years,
yeah, especially when there's new features, right? Like we haven't had a full product cycle or two yet, where often with the way we absorb new information as humans is not just to read it, but to get tactile with it, like to actually use it in anger, as we would say. And then that's when you kind of build up those real, clumps of neurons and whatnot. And now we just haven't had a cycle yet. Like this is so new. This is literally 3 months that this kind of loop with these types of models has been available to anyone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it'll be like after .NET 11, C# 15, .NET 12, C# 16. And then the model won't know the stuff because it'll be a year and a half out of date or a year out of date. And then at the moment, August 2025, I think, is the current date for most of the frontier models. But yeah.
The number one last year meme was the Copilot code review agent would always suggest converting question expressions empty to array empty. And it pissed off everyone.
Everyone.
How are you trying to revert my C# to C#?
Oh, and it still doesn't naturally do things like target type new or default constructors or collection expressions. It still doesn't do natively. Like it. So I find it's not doing the thing where if you run the review agent, it tells you to change it. This is invalid C#. It's not doing that anymore. But it won't generate it natively unless there's enough code in its context as samples that it goes, oh, I can, I'll use that then. So I hit that. Something I hit this week actually.
Yeah, having things set in place, having good design set in place is a really is an amplifier, right? It is so good at copying, and it will copy slop. So the more slop it has, the more it will copy.
It's a mimic machine that's been trained on all of human history on the internet and every code base that's publicly available, right? So, but it's still mimicking based on what you feed into it, right? It's still massively influenced by what's in the context. And so
this looks pretty good. This plan looks pretty good. It's going to use logic from .NET Run to find the project file, determine the language, and then if it finds a non.NET language, it will just return empty array. Sounds good. So this plan is good for implementation. I could go further and say test coverage and keep going and going. It's up to you how much you want to plan. Some people like to plan a lot. Some people like to just see it working. I'm a see it working kind of person. Then I can add tests afterwards.
Oh, really? Interesting. It depends on what I'm working on. So a lot of these things at the end of the plan, I'll update it just to say, once this is working and you've verified it, commit it, and then push the branch and open a PR. But it depends on what I'm working on. Like you said, if it's something I want to manually look at first, then it's a little different. So
we added a skill for creating PRs in our repository too. So I'll show it.
It's really good. I've used it a few times.
So now it'll just go through and edit. And I would say I am not gonna micromanage when it's doing this because the plan, I agreed on what the plan is. The next phase is gonna be, did it write all the code in the way I would think it should write it? You see, it's updating the test projects and stuff. So this is what I call the tedium of coding. This part where you have, I don't know, 100 tests and you added a new method and you got to update 100 tests because the method changed. I don't care about that stuff at all. Never did, never cared.
He swore.
So just doing this for me is super nice. So my brain now is going to either context it to a different issue or I'm going to think about testing it. So I'm thinking right now, do I give it access to this machine by telling it log into this machine and have it build a version of the Aspire CLI that it can copy over there and then run on its own to verify it. Because once that happens, it'll stop you from having to be gaslit because it will say, I'm done, it works. and then you'll be like, it doesn't work, and then you'll copy and paste the error from over here to say like.
And I think it's good to call out, going back to what I talked about, like levels of where you are. If you buy into like someone created a chart and like you're at level whatever, right? Like I think it is a fair argument to say that this is one of those levels where you move from having it spit out the code and then you do all the verification and cleanup and stuff.
Yep.
No, you give the model the feedback loop it needs for it to do that, right?
Yeah.
And you let it cook, and then you throw in, let's do a what do they call it? Adversarial review cycle on the code as well. We'll throw 3 models at reviewing it. Yeah, again, acknowledging that we have unlimited tokens, but you don't have to use frontier models for all of this stuff. And also, you might be surprised if, like, I find, like at the end of a session, when I close Copilot CLI, and it tells you how many premium requests you used, how many tokens went in and out, and how many of those tokens were cached. Often I'll do something that I thought was fairly complex and it says I only used 1 premium request. I'm like, how is that possible? So it depends on what agent you're using and what the billing model is as to how you'll get charged for different stuff too, right?
Yep, exactly. So this is the code it wrote. Pretty simple on the surface.
Yeah.
Tried to find one, didn't find the project file, resolved the lines from the project file. I think one thing I could say is like, okay, imagine we wanted to generically handle checks that were app host specific. I could say I don't want this to be a specific check inside this check. It's called a check. I could say you have to implement a new interface, i.e. app host specific check, and then we pass you into context. And then this happens somewhere higher level in the system. But I think thinking about those changes, those to me are mechanical, right? So once the actual underlying system works, changing it from there is not a hassle, right? And it would normally be if I'm trying to get the change in, and then someone says, you should redesign this whole thing. And I'm like, I don't care.
I think it's also worth pointing out, like, what we're doing here is not what's being called vibe coding, right? Like, you are looking at the code and caring about the code. You have very intimate knowledge of the CLI code base, of you know, the functionality and whatnot. This is not the level of I'm just asking the agent what I want the outcome to be, and I don't care what code it writes, as long as it can verify the outcome and it adds tests to verify the outcome, so we catch regressions and all the rest of it. It's fine. Like, that will depend on, again, like what level are you at, like in terms of how you're using agents, but also the code base you're on and how much you care about things going wrong. And I think, you know, if we were going to try and project forward like a prediction, I think there's a very real possibility, almost guaranteed, that trend towards the latter of what I talked about, or maybe the earlier, and less what we're doing here, and more to like, I don't even look at the code because it built and I ran it, it verified it, it works. And then I had it reviewed by another agent and all the rest of it. Yeah. I mean, that
I like
seems
what
like
in the chat said. It's agentic engineering, which I like that. Yeah.
This thing's going off the rails now.
Me too.
Trying to run restore, telling me I don't have the right .NET version installed. Not going to try all kinds of junk to make it work.
Well, it's actually curious because the Aspire repo, I'm not sure, has been updated to 103. Has it? Have we done the flow? And you're in a different branch too. So it might actually only be 2 in main. Let's go look.
Let's see. No, it's doing a bunch of crazy stuff.
So you're just going to let it do it, or are you going to kill it? All right.
Where are we at? So far I have a test. I modified the check, blah, 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 blah,
No,
blah.
main's 103. Okay.
Did it update it?
Main is 103. I'm looking at the other.
What's
fine.
blocked? Can't build or run. So when this happens, you're kind of in like a weird spot.
Yeah.
And you have to decide, do you want to spend the time to fix this, or do you go into manual mode and do it yourself, right? But only has .NET needs.
I mean, at this point, I'd be running the usual .NET discovery commands. Like, what are my runtimes? Why does it think this, right? I mean, you could ask it too. Like, why do you think only 10.02 is installed? What's making you think that?
List runtimes.
Yeah, or info. List runtimes just lists the directory, but info. But yeah. Oh, wow. I have way too many SDKs installed. I haven't done a cleanup in a while. I've got literally 5 different builds of 10.0 installed, including an RC2 build. Oh, my God. I feel so bad for myself. Bad, Damien.
.NET. Let me zoom.
Do some cleanup of my .NET SDK installed.
Look at all this. Oh, I just have older. I got. This is not in the repo though. Hold on. This is global. Oh, SDK.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of interesting, right? That's because we're using paths, shouldn't it? Does it list
this
the one?
In the folder, though.
Are you in the repo?
No.
Oh, that's why.
Runtime is missing 10.03.
So Patrick asks, do you guys ever fully vibe code something, like just fully embrace the vibes? 100%. I built a new tool yesterday that I've wanted to build for a while to scratch an itch, which is a CLI for executing Custo queries. Again, Azure Data Explorer or Log Analytics, whatever name you want to give it, but ultimately it's a Custo database. Because I don't like the official one and I don't like the MCP servers. They're too finicky to get set up and do auth. So I put a prompt in yesterday and I spent a couple hours building a CLI. And so now I've got multiple people using it and I've got PRs to process and I haven't really looked at the code. I just told it what I wanted it to do and I told it what dependencies to use and I told it I want it to be .NET 10 native AOT and all those things. And so I still made all the decisions, like those type of decisions, but I haven't looked at the code. Not really.
Yeah.
This thing is gaslit me. What is happening? Oh, it's right. It didn't gaslight me.
There you go. You are in a branch that's probably behind.
What is this?
But what's curious is that it thinks the tests need. I wonder if it's not executing the commands in the working directory, Fowler. And so it's in a different context.
Damien, is your Custo tool public? No, I don't even know if it's left Damien's machine yet.
No, it is. I've got PRs.
Good. Oh, it's actually public?
Yeah.
Oh, drop the link.
I did. Just put it on YouTube.
Oh, I don't see that. Did it get blocked because you're not a mod on the thing? You might not be a mod. So
am I shadow banned on YouTube? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't made me a mod yet on the Aspire org?
Pretty sure you are. You're in there as like a
as a shadow banned user. Yes, I know. That's what we've established.
No, I don't know how you do words. Am I even a mod?
Okay, no one else has seen the link, and I get no indication that it's not working. So
no, I'm a mod. Okay, yeah, because Famda got like accidentally shadow banned for a bit too.
Okay, let me give you the link.
Accidentally? That was on purpose.
No, you wouldn't even know how to shadow ban someone if you tried, Fowler. So
maybe you can go and add me as an admin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do it right now, and then you can test it.
My branch is out of date.
This might break my chat, but whatever.
I have to rebase.
Yeah, it looks like you need to rebase.
And it's resolving merge conflicts.
So why did it think it needed 103? Oh, like 3.
So when I ran restore, like it failed with this error.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Scroll up. What is the actual error? I'm curious what it said.
Rebase.
Whoa.
So what did it say? You must install or update .NET. What? Wait, but you have?
No, the runtime.
I know what this is. This is you being lazy.
I mean, it's
I know what this is. I know what this is. This is you changing branches and not rerunning restore or cleaning up installed runtimes. So you're in. It looks like you're in a branch that hasn't been updated, but you have an installed local runtime in the repo folder that is newer than the branch is configured to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the problem with repo local.net, by the way. Like, it feels like it's good, you're isolated, but if you're changing branches and you don't clear your state, which I know you never do because you're too lazy and it's too slow, then you don't do it.
This machine's pretty fast.
It is, but you don't do it until you have to. That's just
Yeah. It got super confused though.
It kind of it was correct, it turns out.
It was right. I mean, it was right. It just doesn't know what to do. Although that could be a skill, right? That could be a skill. It could be like, if you hit this issue, get clean, start over, clean state.
Yeah, get clean XDF and.
So now this is the equivalent of this is the AI equivalent of it's compiling, because it's literally compiling.
Yeah.
Running restore to get a new .NET and a new whatever.
Oh, there we go.
Control O you can use to kind of see what's happening. Wait, did it blow up again?
I think I just had a power.
This is like
glitch.
You did in your house?
Yeah, I heard my UPS is switching.
It's gonna be a Hasman thing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Damien, you should be able to post links now.
I did.
Oh. Okay.
This thing working? Where's the scroll? Control O shows the actual commands and things changing. It's kind of nice to watch if you like want to sit here and micromanage the thing. So there's a second issue we should start while this is running to show like multi-agent workflows. Sounds so fancy. Multi-agent.
All right. Available is up in PR.
What?
On the CLI.
What'd you do?
Aspire config list -- available.
Available. Why available? It's called -- features.
Because we call them the available features. That's what it is. It's not all. It's only things under the features dot.
Let's call it features. -- features.
No.
Why'd you call it available?
Because features means that it's like, oh, these are the features of Aspire. No, it's feature flags.
Feature
They're
flag?
feature flags.
What does Chrome call it? No, it still can't figure it out. It's broken. I guess it's broken in general.
Well, restore is broken. That's the problem.
The branches ahead of
It should be either available or all, but I think available is correct. So whatever.
All what? You want to see the features? Oh wait.
No, I'm not doing verbose, Alex. This is not a normal CLI.
Yeah, verbose. I agree.
Thank you. Everybody agrees.
Why available?
One person agrees, so everybody agrees.
Makes no sense.
What will available others do? Seb. Actually, Seb, since you're asking, you can go review my PR right now. Thank you. Get that merged in.
The thing is hella broken.
Yeah, what did you do, bud?
Get clean, failing. They work.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Let's see this working. Oh, nope. I mean, it's locked.
What's going on? Oh, it's locked.
Oh, it's probably VS Code.
Invalid argument? What?
Probably VS Code. I don't know.
Find processes using the
Watch
folder.
this thing
Yeah, there you
delete
go.
my- Watch it delete my
Wait, why
entire
is
thing.
visuals? Oh yeah, there it is. You
Watch
figured it out.
It's gonna delete C drive.
This is funny.
Let's see if it works now. So Control O will help me see. Maybe did it?
Alex, did you approve or did you review?
Does the thing actually? Hold on, Maddie. Where's your PR?
I'm not telling you.
So I'll just Copilot YOLO.
Are you about to do what I think you're about to do?
I'll say find Maddie's PR on config list.
.NET is 4. What's 4?
Cleaning done. Did this delete my world?
That's actually so funny.
We're gonna multi-agent workflow. We're gonna be like the people who have like some movie. Oh, there it is. Hide available features.
Yeah.
This one. Let's see what it says about your code. This is like AI.
I mean,
right?
that's so real, girlfriend. Inadmissible in court. Agree. Hard agree.
Merge. Hide available features available.
Are you going to run the review command or are you just going to tell it to review it?
I'll do both.
Okay. Can I go make a cup of tea?
Tea? Yeah.
Tea? Yeah, I already had 2 coffees today, so.
You don't want to get flamed by the AI in front of the audience?
I'll hear it. I'm leaving the volume on. I'm leaving the door open. I'll listen and I'll summarize my thoughts and come back.
Look at this.
Did someone mention T?
Logic.
I sure did, Oshin.
The duplicated logic. No test coverage.
I didn't hear that. Don't write a comment. Fix it. Fix it. Fix the thing. You're in the thing. Fix the thing. And then merge and then push it.
Wait. Am I on? Use. It's gonna write an issue now on the PR. Write a comment on the PR. Look at this. I love how this is. Nice cleanup. A couple of small things.
Love it.
Say review. Look at the names of the flags. Compare it to other commands and other CLIs. Look for common nomenclature.
Oh, it is there. Is there a known GitHub status outage today? Like thing?
Is there?
I'm seeing weird. Yeah, okay.
It works.
Incident with webhooks. That's probably causing what I'm doing. Getting here.
My multi-agent is working. Things are working there now.
Nice, nice.
We're doing a deep review of Maddie's change. It's gonna run the code review agent. You can see it here kicked off.
Yep.
It's gonna look at the flag.
For those who don't know, that's an example of the coding agent harness here deciding to spin up a new context. So the coding, it's a sub-agent effectively, and it uses a predefined prompt that's built into the product to go and do a review, and it'll add obviously whatever comments you put in there as well. I think it's also available as a slash review, and then you can push stuff in as well. And you can tell it to do adversarial review with multiple models, which I don't think you did. You're just reviewing with Opus, right? So, but you can say review this with Opus, Codex, and Gemini if you want, right? And it'll do that. And then you can say, tell me what they agree on, what they disagree on. It'll print you a nice summary and all the rest of it.
Nice summary.
Have you tried GPT 5.4 yet?
No, yeah.
Apparently it's slightly better than Codex 5.3. Right? Yeah.
So let's do a review on this one. Use GPT 5.4. What else?
Gemini Pro
and 5. Gemini. Gemini for anything.
Well, then what would, if you want 3? Okay, you can do Codex. Fair enough. That'll work.
See what it does. See what slop it finds.
Mashless asks, they're surprised that you're still typing. Like Hanselman just uses the mic now.
No, I don't want to lose that part of my skills.
You don't want to lose that part?
I can lose the coding, but not the.
I do use the mic sometimes. It depends. I haven't recently, but I did set up Handy and stuff, and it is nice. Like just being able to talk to it.
This is weird. This is new.
3 code reviews running in parallel.
So
now you can do /tasks. If you do /tasks, it'll show you what's going on right now. There you go.
Ooh, I didn't see it before. That's super nice.
This is new. Yeah. So then you can, I don't know if you can select one and then see what's going on. Yeah, you can. Just kind of cool.
What?
Yes, the /review command is part of Copilot CLI. That's if you all the / commands are basically you invoking commands that the CLI itself has, or it exposes your configured sub-agents or skills or plugins or those type of things. They get hoisted to / commands as well.
Yeah. So for example, like this, when we're done here, I'll run this command. And this is in the Aspire repository. It's a skill. And it will look at your changes, and there's a PR template in Aspire.
Oh, it uses that. That's cool.
Yeah. It sets a fill the template out and use these things.
Well, it's interesting though. Even if you don't do the /, if you just say create a PR,
it will find it.
It will likely use that skill because the skill front matter is loaded in the context, and hopefully it'll auto select it. That's kind of another area of like lots of tuning right now, is people trying to get the model to, just like last year we were trying to get the model to use our tools. Like, why isn't it using the tool? It's right there. There's been a lot of work done on the models in the last 6 to 12 months to make them better at autonomously picking up tools and skills and invoking them.
Look at this, no issues.
Nice. Waiting on the other two. So Codex 5.3 was actually faster. That's interesting.
No issues found. So look at, it's funny, this one is still going. This is grinding on Maddie's PR.
Yeah.
Definitely going to flame it in some way. Or maybe it's going to look at all the commands. It's always easier if you have the code locally. This is like doing a remote thing. I guess it pulled the file down to review it.
Yeah, into a temp location, yeah.
Yeah, it tends to optimize big files by pulling it down locally, and then grabbing over it like incrementally.
Yeah, their default fetch tool now just saves it to a file if it's over like 500 bytes or something, kilobytes. Yeah. It's like something fairly small, and then it will use tools to find stuff inside of it.
So we can work on a third thing. This issue, the third hard issue. Oh, thinking.
It's interesting. It makes you wonder how far are we from, rather than just doing grepping, like being able to in real time do semantic search, like have it like create embeddings for stuff as it downloads it, and then be able to do a vectorized search. So that you're not, like that would be incredible.
You could do it. Actually, if it was local, it would be really fast too.
Yeah, well, the problem is the actual creating the embedding. Like if it's downloading a file and creating the embeddings, like you need a GPU. Like, it depends on the model you use, obviously, but if you've got a corpus of knowledge, that's definitely worthwhile doing. But for these type of random, I want to like look in a thing and find related stuff. It's interesting. If that stuff will get faster.
All right, this thing's still going. All good.
This is good. Still waiting on 5.4. So 5.4 is the slowest so far.
No issues?
Look at
no
this.
issues.
Oh, 5.4 raises a concern. Polyglot app post still need .NET because the CLI build is generated. No.
That's pretty good. This is for the dev version only. Like when we set that, there's a backdoor for us to test in our repository.
Yeah,
it found that. That's pretty impressive, actually.
That is impressive.
Nah. All right, so
fair enough. The change looks good as is.
Create PR, test pass, create PR against.
Is create PR a skill you made, or is that a PR? Is that a built-in?
It's in our repository.
Oh, yes, true.
Yeah.
If
I tell it to create a PR, do you think it'll use the skill?
Yeah, I think it would. That's what I said before. Like, assuming that skill's front matter is its description says use this skill whenever creating a PR in this repo, I would assume it would find it.
The front matter.
But again, it depends on the model.
The other day. It was last week, and I was like, the HTTPS. I was like the front matter, and then I was.
I said no one has ever said that word before. Like last, that word is overused.
I keep calling it the preamble. I had to train myself to call it the front matter because that's what it's called. The front matter.
7 years ago.
YAML front matter.
Oh my god.
We need the people.
Maddie
of the AI states of America. In order to form a
look at this.
Oh.
Yes. It's gonna flame your PR.
Oh, available as unconventional and semantically circular. The feature's already available. I would just do -- all, maybe.
Fowler, stop posting comments and just fix it.
No, this is more fun. The best part is like when AI posts as you.
Oh my god! One more thing, M-. The available flag name feels a bit off. Yeah, all is probably the move. That's okay.
Hold on. Now I want Fowler to say address the comment you just posted. So
that's
just
what
to
I'm
go
about to do.
full circle.
Address the comments posted
there you go.
On the PR.
You know how like back in the
go with -- all.
Remember when email summary was a big thing?
Yeah.
So people would like write an email with AI and then summarize with AI. This is the same thing. So you send a you send PR comments.
Vibe commenting. It's so true. Pine got so not mad at me. He's so nice. I don't think Pine has the ability to be outwardly mad at someone, but he did send me like a couple really nice messages like, hey, I'm going through some of the bugs you opened on the docs, but they do seem like AI generated. They have some circular references. And I was like, I was testing out my bug filing skill.
And it's no good, right?
But I got like politely flamed by Pine for like AI slopping the docs comments. Pine mentioned, oh my God, is that on my board? Yes.
This code is so clean. These tests are probably slop. We should review them, shouldn't we? Let's see. So this is
that is a fun muscle that I think developers are building. This feels like it could be slop versus no, this doesn't seem like a slop. Like I've started to get better at like estimating the slop of something, which is a fun new skill to put in the skill set.
Okay, see this? This is not like bad, but we have a helper. So like, so I think maybe the hardest thing to deal with as a developer that knows stuff is when you are trying to make the code look a certain way, and maybe it doesn't matter, right? But you just are built that way. So for example, like these tests, the CLI has a temporary workspace.
Is it fair to self-mention Pine when it's on your board? I didn't do it intentionally, but that might be fair. That might be a good question.
Crap. Search. But like while I'm doing this, I will change tabs.
Yes.
Because like there's no point me watching this.
Yeah.
I'll just like change tabs and work on another thing. So I'll typically do four or five in parallel.
Or I'll kick it off like at the beginning of a meeting and then I'll like check on it. If it's like a team meeting. If it's a one-on-one, I've actually been pretty good about not doing it on a one-on-one because I feel bad. But
no, you stare at the screen. If you put it right in front of you, you can kind of make eye contact and still type with this.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
not you, not with your keyboard.
While someone's bearing their soul to you in a one-on-one, and you're like, yeah. Agent, can you just finish?
Slop or not as a game show. Hear me out. We should, because we were sharing some blogs with each other, and we were like, "This is slop." We should do like a slop or not segment.
Actually, it's not bad. That's like, is it cake?
I'm writing it on a sticky note.
Is it cake? Like that show, my kids love that show.
Is it cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll update these.
I got a snack, so whoever's got that on their board can.
Oh, what'd you get?
Kind bar and a cup of coffee.
That's delicious. Oh, maybe I'll get a little snack too. Oh my God, it's already 2:10. I told the boys I have to go at 2:30 today because we're going to New Hampshire for the weekend. My friend's coming to pick me up. So I'll be vibe coding from the car. I'm very excited. Micro slop, Stuart.
Terrible.
Micro slop.
Oh my God.
As you're watching,
like 50 PRs.
No, I'm bringing my laptop for two reasons. One is because I need to do what I was telling you guys yesterday. So, brief sidebar. Start a command so that at least I'm talking over something boring. My friends and I every year, one of our friends' family has a house up in New Hampshire that they ski at, and every kid gets a weekend with their friends, and so we do a PowerPoint party where we just roast each other or tell random stories with PowerPoints. Like it's very funny. So like one year I did like all my friends what kind of car I think they would be, and like my friend Leah was a Mazda Miata with one of the headlights that wouldn't pop up. So like that's the level of legitimacy. Last year I fed like the last year of our group chat into ChatGPT and I asked it to roast all my friends. It was almost a little too real. But
I am so scared. I should try that.
It was pretty crazy, but I decided this year instead of doing a traditional PowerPoint, I was going to build a Jeopardy board in PowerPoint of quotes from the group chat and like who said this quote. But then I was like, I can make this more. And so naturally, on one of my side tabs, I vibe coded a Jeopardy website and a companion mobile page. So you can, like, my friends will vote, like, who said it. And so the quote's like, I'm just an idiot who eats leaves. Like, who said that? I know it's Seamus because, you know, whatever. But then so there's 2 separate C# files that run the whole thing. And then the HTML for the front end. One is a CLI tool that I fed into the agent. Yeah, file-based apps, baby. File-based apps. One, I fed into the AI agent. I said, here's all of the raw data from like 3 or 4 different group chats over the past 5 years. Like, given like some examples and some like theories and categories, like go find quotes that would be good for this. And then build a CLI tool so I can manually review the top 250 or whatever. And so I went in and it was accept, reject, edit. Super easy. And then it added them to a JSON file and then put that in the game data. And then the other C# file is the quote API, which is really just a signal R hub that lets the player talk to the host board. And I was not going to deploy this because I'm cheap and it's for literally 1 day. So it's Aspirified because I'm not a menace. And I added the Aspire dev tunnels integration yesterday. And I was texting Damien because it worked first shot. I go to the agent. I was like, what's the best way to get my friends to be able to connect to this without having to expose localhost on my computer over the Airbnb Wi-Fi or whatever? Just add a dev tunnel. And I was like, bro. And it just did it.
Nice.
So anyways, sorry. Sidebar. Very excited about that.
Good
I do agree
sidebar.
in 15 minutes for that reason. I'll report back. I'll open source it once I make sure there aren't any quotes in the game data that are problematic.
Nice.
Leak data. So it found some pretty good issues. CTR, the code review agent on GitHub. This was the big concern. Like, if you run this command in like your C drive, in the root your C drive, it'll recurse trying to find an app host, and the MCP server calls this for the same command. Every command on the CLI and MCP are kind of exposed in both as MCP tools and Aspire commands, and it can take a long time, and it apparently writes out stuff to the output as well. So it's telling me make sure that it calls an overload that does not print to the output, and maybe you should make the recursive scan cheaper in this case.
And maybe we should block recursive scanning from drive roots and things like that, which is a common technique as well for things that have to scan. I don't think we've done extensive profiling of that scanning logic. It's funny because this came up, a totally separate thing I met with someone about yesterday, actually file-based app tooling support, Maddie, which is the challenge of if you're in VS Code and you have a workspace open with lots and lots of CS files, Roslyn, to get the greatest tooling experience that you can, it obviously wants to know where all the projects are. So it scans the workspace, finds all the CS projects, and then loads them all into the Roslyn workspace, so it knows about all the projects. For file-based apps, it doesn't do that currently. File-based apps, it only discovers a file-based app when you open the CS file, right? Then it's like, there's a file. So that's fine when all your file-based apps are just one file, which they are today. But in 10.0300 of the SDK, we're going to support multi-file file-based apps. And so then it becomes a little harder because you want to be able to open a CS file that is referenced in a file-based app and have all the Roslyn stuff like code lanes and references and refactoring and renaming and stuff work correctly because it knows what it's referenced by. But it won't if we don't first discover all the file-based apps. And so then that leads to a fairly existential question, which is like, what exactly is a file-based app? If you open a CS file, how do you know if it's a file-based app or not? Because technically, what denotes a file-based app in its purest form is you passed it as the argument to .NET Run. You say .NET Run file.cs, that makes it a file-based app. Now, there are certain things you can and can't do. So the next level of complexity is, what do we have to set as the min bar signal that we look at if you're VS Code to say this is a file-based app if we're scanning the entire workspace? And we're using the Roslyn repo as a test case, which is has, I don't know, some ridiculous amount, millions of lines of code in it. And so we're trying to figure out which of the various strategies that we've thought about is probably the right trade-off to make with regards to, well, in this edge case, we may not discover your app because you're doing something, a little weird. So yeah, that investigation is going on right now. Ideally, we'll land in a situation where we can just, accurately find all the CS files that are file-based apps and load them as virtual projects. But we may have to make a trade-off. Like it might need to be, once you get over a certain number of CS files that are candidates, that we have to say, well, we're only going to consider it a file-based app if it starts with hashbang. Because that's like really definitive signal. Like because we can just read the first 2 bytes of the file. And if you have that, it is like, well, it can't be anything else. Like you've obviously said, I want this to be executable. Yeah.
Fowler, I responded to your comment on my PR.
Did you?
I did.
Let's see.
Copilot Maddie was so nice to you, by the way.
What is it? Looks like Maddie addressed the comments. Address all 3 items, all hoisted to shared conditional, blah, blah, blah.
Ready for re-review when you get a chance.
Let's re-review. This feels like, I don't know, what do you call this? When both of you are talking to your agent and not the other person. Is this like dating with a matchmaker where you talk through?
It's like my people will talk to your people.
That's exactly what it is.
Looks good to me.
Ready for re-review when you got a chance.
Update the PR.
Meanwhile, I'm using an agent to work on my Custo CLI while this is all going on. So someone actually sent a PR that adds all the GitHub workflow automation because I had logged an issue and said I want to copy what I did over in this other repo. So they pointed an agent at it. And now that's all been done, but this is doing all the native CLI building, like on different platforms and all that type of stuff, which is pretty cool. But then I've seen that their last PR fails the check because there's an upload test artifact step, which is failing permissions tech. And so then I'm having a conversation with Copilot right now to figure out what's the safe approach. Like, why is it dangerous to give a PR running on someone's fork write permissions to be able to upload, right? Execute and write permissions. And so it's talking about the risk associated, and then it's like giving me a safer pattern to do, which it says is to keep build test on pull request, untrusted read-only, upload TRX artifacts there, then use a separate minimal pull request target workflow that only downloads and parses artifacts and writes annotations comments with tightly scoped permissions and no PR code execution. So I've got to look at that now.
I see.
Can I just, the comment that Fowler's people left on my PR was, looks good. All 3 items addressed cleanly. Thanks, Maddie. And that's just really funny.
PR approved.
True.
Is it approved?
Yeah, I just put on auto merge.
Perfect. I mean, maybe you should try it first.
I did locally. Oh my God, Fowler.
Did you?
Yes. I had it build the CLI archive, and then I did .artifacts bin bullshit, and then I did both of it, and I made sure it worked.
That's funny.
I could show off, I could show off one of our other features of our Agentic SDLC. Let me log into Kilo Roger.
Who is Kilo Roger?
I don't know.
Some VM.
Since Docker made these like the super cute names, everyone copies that stuff now.
Didn't we vibe code one of those on a stream once?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
I asked it to make me a C# function that creates a nice name. Yeah.
That was fun.
So I can run Copilot on my VM. And I'm actually working on a thing after that. Let me see what is going on this branch. Nothing super useful. There's a skill called PR testing.
Yeah.
That you can.
Wow, you're struggling, bud.
Not up and down are doing this. What? PR testing. So you point this to any PR. Where's Maddie's PR? Maddie's PR is
15017.
Did it finish building it? Do you have like
No.
all of our PRs? Make sure this is on stream properly. All of our PRs have this.
Yeah.
Link.
Yeah. I gotta
This is
add that to
great.
my CLI actually.
Yeah, you do.
Every single build gives you a link to download the full product so you can test it. All right, just for your PR.
Packages, integrations, CLI, VS
Pretty
Code
amazing.
extension, all of it.
Did you didn't address? There's no test.
No, it did.
It did?
I added tests.
Resolve conversation. Okay, I got you. So
Thank you, Queen.
as soon as there's a, it's so hard to see, but there's a build CLI, like here, build packages, build CLI. When these are done, I should be able to point the agent. Wait, where'd it go? Here. I can say PR testing, point at that branch, that PR, and it should ask me a bunch of questions about what oh my god. You see what it says?
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Whoops. Did your VM run out of space? Seriously?
That's hilarious.
That is very funny.
Oh god. All right, you know what? Let me
Can you grow them?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no idea. Maybe. Maybe.
Seems like something we could figure out.
I mean, this is like a brand new service. I could just try using this one. November Victor. No, we built it, right? This has no SDH. No Copilot is here yet. I gotta install it. To install that on Linux is, I think, is the npm. Is it the npm thing? No, it has a curl. It has a curl thing. It has a curl script. There we go. And now I have to log into this thing. GH off login. Use your one-time code to log into your device. Wait.
Two-factor auth.
How many factors do you need? Plus passkeys, plus more passkeys.
It's so bad.
Plus more factors.
So bad.
You know, people that aren't technical don't have a chance.
Oh yeah. Oh
Security
yeah.
is so hard. Security is still like just passwords, just like passwords and MFA. Pain. I'm like logging into 10 things. We shall be back in a second. Someone play some music.
Actually, let me.
Matt, you sing, right?
Right before I go, let me do like 2 seconds of housekeeping because I'm gonna go, and then this will be my goodbye, and you guys can go. Damien, you're logged in, right? You're good to take over.
Yep.
Okay, good. Three things. Two things. One, we have been updating the AspiriConf agenda.
Ooh.
So there's actual like talks and abstracts on here too. And as you'll see, there's like a super wide variety of stuff. There's some external, some internal. We do have like people on our team speaking. We have people on other Microsoft teams that are using Aspire speaking. We have people who aren't using Aspire at all. Pierce on the VS Code team figuring it out to do this talk. We have Andres, who's a Lorefist in Discord, doing a really cool end-to-end testing on like edge devices. We have Josh, who runs SquiggleConf, a TypeScript conference. He's now going to work he's working at Sentry now. He's going to come do like a type safety with Aspire and TypeScript specific talk. We have Luke Parker from Open Code. We have to ask Safia if she'll show up in our keynote. We'll do that at some point. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. In honor of AspiriConf, we have a new shirt. I know you all love our shirts. So
Did you fix it?
Announcement. Big announcement. Breaking news.
I have to go and order one.
I just got it live. Aspire, choose your starter. For those of you who get it. Fowler says the Aspire isn't big enough on the front, but it's where the Pokeballs would usually be.
You improved it.
I think it's good. I think it's nice to have a more supple one and then put it on the back.
Yeah, and then the back, it's like, you know, we Damien and I went back and forth for a while on if we could try and round the pixelated edges. It wasn't gonna work. But no. five different shapes. We added the premium V-neck, which is bets required. We still have the like regular sized crop for the girlies, and we have a baseball tee this time, which I know Fowler will love. And then we have the normal ones. Proceeds from this one go to the U.S. Tennis Association Foundation because Fowler started playing tennis again, and I thought that would be a nice thing to do. And they put on a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of youth tennis things and whatever. So buy it if you want to be able to wear it in time for AspiriConf on March 23rd.
Nice.
I think the prices, like they're like almost no profit margin on all of them, by the way. So it's just like the cent rounding is what gets donated to USTA. But I'm excited. I got this one in Heather Orchid. I got this one, Orchid.
It's not showing up in search results yet.
Yeah, it literally just went live. I'll put the link in a sec. And then I got the crop in Peachy, excuse me.
Aspire
so I'll have to figure out which one. So there's the banner. Here's an Aspire merch channel. That's actually such a good idea. I will post this in announcements. I'm gonna go, and then I'll post this in announcements, and then I'm gonna go for real. So let me put Fowler's screen back up.
Oh, there's no black. I have to choose a color. This is hard. Bye.
Know, like a lot of things, but all right, everybody. Happy Friday. See you next week. Bye.
Happy Friday. See ya. So where was I? I was like, got a new VM, Copilot.
All right.
Right up.
So we're still trying to get a build of the CLI bundle, the new CLI, I will just call it, into your VM, right?
I got it. So I got a new VM.
Yeah.
And I'm going to test Maddie's PR.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
I'm going to go to her PR. If I could find it. Where's her PR? Her PR is...
What was her PR again?
This one. Config list. Not having audio.
Yeah. Nice. This is the one she just did.
Yeah. So this PR, I need this link. Just this number should be enough, to be honest. And in the VM, I should be able to do PR testing.
Tangent. I think one of the things that is so lovely about the trend to CLIs right now.
Yeah.
It's so easy to like add stuff to CLIs. Like it's just so much, it's like orders of magnitude easier to like add stuff to CLIs than it is to a web app or, God forbid, a rich client app or a mobile app. Like, I don't know. It just feels like I can just say, I can think of it. And then assuming it's not like some crazy TUI thing.
Crazy
just
UX,
like right? But like even Mitch's like things like frameworks like Hex 1B, I think we're going to be able to do like super fancy stuff pretty simply because it's still quite constrained. It's still not like a canvas, right? Where it's like any pixel goes, it's up to you. And like 47 different layout methodologies like CSS, and you have to kind of understand them all to get them to work well. It's still like, I don't know, it just feels so achievable. Now there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes, right? Like it's very easy to end up with flickering and horrible when you start getting a slightly more complicated, but that's where good frameworks help you.
Oh, mighty mess at the PR.
Oh no. David Pine, I knew someone would call me out. I think it's really easy to build UX with web. Yeah, I would have said that in the past too.
No.
And the agents do a great job of one-shotting pretty decent web apps these days, web UX, but I don't know.
So I'll show this, but Maddie's PR is against MAME, not against release 13.2.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, it shouldn't be. I mean, it's fine. We need to be able to handle that, right?
But I mean, yeah, it's not hard to fix. So the PR skill, what it does is it downloads the PR build, and then it reads the PR, and then it suggests test scenarios to verify.
Interesting.
When you add, and then you confirm it. You confirm it.
The PR verification skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you confirm it, or you can kind of add more stuff to it. You can say no, yes, add some stuff to it, change stuff. So now it's going to run through a bunch of tests.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do. Oh, look at that. This is a new feature, dangerous shell command.
Blocked, really?
Nested. Yeah, that's a new
command blocked. Oh, wow.
That's why it's nice to use like
goes, okay, I'll rewrite it and do it a different way.
That's cool. It's nice to use these like throwaway VMs, because you can just you can do it and not have to worry about it torching your machine.
Yeah. I
guess it's kind of a sandbox. So the all flag seems to work.
Kind of. It's a VM running on someone else's server. About as sandbox as you can get in this case. I'm assuming it doesn't have like any credentials injected or anything, right? Like this, you're just basically running over there with no identity at all. It's just like whatever the VM gave you. Yeah. So
Spark and Figlist all, and there's the actual like dump of features. So the feature's done. And boom.
So easy. Hey, did you? Sorry, I may have zoned out. Did you show on her PR the CLI end-to-end walkthroughs, the recordings? Sorry.
No.
I think there's people that may not have seen that. So one of the things that our PI info does as well is runs these end-to-end tests and then posts the recordings in the PR. Why are they not showing up?
Maybe they haven't run yet.
Oh, okay. It hasn't run yet. It's still doing a bunch of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So eventually a comment will get added with links to all of the CLI end-to-end tests as AskCinema files, or AskCinema files.
Shown on different PR,
yeah, go find one. And this is, thanks to all the incredible work Mitch has done in the last couple of months. Here we go. Scratching his TUI itch. So building a TUI framework, building a terminal emulator, which is what enables this. And so every PR, we get these end-to-end recordings of an end-to-end scenario using the CLI. So here we go. So we get to watch what it did, which is pretty incredible. Sorry, Maddie, it's not AskCinema, it's AskCinema. If you go and read the I think on the AskCinema site, they'd have like, how do you pronounce it? And I was like, okay.
They do.
Yeah. I'd been saying AskCinema all this time. Yeah. It's AskCinema, apparently.
So, I mean, this is nuts, right? Like, this is like what we were looking to do from the very beginning. Like, how do we test?
It's incredible. Like,
how do we
this is the other advantage of CLIs is like, this actually feels achievable. Whereas doing this with like a rich client app or something, it seems harder. But like Xamarin used to have Test Cloud, right? So that was for mobile apps. And you could literally... Huh?
Yeah, they have something.
I think that got shut down years ago.
It did, but they have devices. There's like a Playwright thing for testing client apps that Xamarin has.
Oh, okay.
That Moby has, or are they using? Like Playwright. That's cool.
Super cool.
It essentially wrote Playwright for terminals that we use now. So he vibe engineered an entire library. Build rich command line apps plus a way to test them, and we now have been using that to.
And it has an MCP server, so like you can use his library, and then the agent can drive your app that's written with his library and the terminal emulator that it hosts it in through an MCP, which is like you're saying the Playwright kind of analog. So it's incredible. I said it wrong too. He said it's AskCinema. What did I say?
It's AskCinema.
AskCinema, he's saying. AskCinema. AskCinema. What did I say?
It's not. You said AskCinema, didn't you?
I thought I did. Maybe. Pine, you'll have to tell me what I was saying wrong. I thought that's what I said. AskCinema.
This thing loves to force push, by the way. I have to tell it, stop force pushing.
Oh, the third part more like new. Now you're just like, come on. This is like Australian versus Asian versus American now. I got the syllable count right. That's the most important thing. AskCinema.
All comments. So one thing I've been doing recently is having it look at all the comments and having it like show me a table of the comments that were both unresolved and resolved, and then going to resolving the ones that are resolved.
Yep.
Resolving comments is actually a super like tricky API call to make. It's like a GraphQL call.
Yeah. Actually, this is I want to do a poll. Folks who are watching, how many of for those of you who are already using coding agents in the CLI, how many of you are doing this type of thing where you're asking it to go and look at stuff on GitHub or whatever your source config, maybe you've got the ASDO MCP configured, to do this type of analysis rather than you going and getting stuff, copy and pasting it into context? How many people are using the agent to actually drive the information gathering, synthesis, analysis, and then sort of do the actual posting? I'm curious how many people are doing that stuff already. Because this was kind of this was some breakthrough that I think you particularly drove in December, right? During the holidays, you started really experimenting with using the coding agent to automate non-coding tasks. And now it's just like parts of that bleed into the coding part too. You just like, I'm doing my job. Now I need to go look at a bunch of PR stuff. Just let it do it, right?
Yep.
The other thing I do is like, and I think what we all do is ask it to do PR checks. So go and monitor this PR. If there are any build failures on the checks, root cause them. If you can fix them, go ahead and fix them and send an update. And you just let it run. You just sit there and let it cook away. And that stuff actually doesn't burn a lot of tokens because most of the time is just waiting. It's just waiting for it to see, and then it will probe in to see what the failure is.
So I said watch GitHub CI using GitHub Watch.
Yeah, there you go. And you told it to use the CLI. Interesting. Is there a reason you're telling it that? I thought it had already gotten to a point where it typically just does that.
I don't know. I think the CLI has improved a lot with this like background task thing before, like run and wait.
Yeah. And
it would like pull. No, it's like this. Maybe this. Look, how is it? No, this thing is like gonna. What is it even doing?
So there's quite a few people chiming in say they've been doing. They are using it this way now, which is great.
It's the best.
It is the best.
It is the best.
And I still like, you were one of the, we used to joke at each other last year, right? It's like, you're still hand code, like still not even coding, like you're still typing a command.
Typing up.
Right? Change branches or something. It's like, and that was a bit of a meme. It was like, and now it's like, if I'm in the agent, like, I just ask it to do stuff. And I do wish it would be faster for some of that stuff sometimes, because there is obviously the latency still, but.
Yep. So I'm going to take minus PR and retarget it. Retarget to be...
This is a big one too that Alex just posted. I've started that's quite indicative of a phase that I've seen multiple people go through, where they're kind of aware of the capabilities now, but they haven't changed. I use this word very lightly. They haven't disciplined themselves to like start consciously going, I'm going to try and use the agent for more stuff. And so then they find themselves having done something for a few hours and then realizing retroactively, I could have just had the agent do all that in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That's where forcing functions, I think, and like influence from others can help, like peer pressure. Like I think you really taking the lead on this in the team and then applying that kind of gentle pressure by example helps, right? And we talk about people having their opus moment, like the first time you use one of these newer frontier models and blow your mind because of just how good it is.
This is like destroying her PR. I hope it worked.
Is it you retargeting it?
Yeah, GraphQL. Yeah, failing. Let me use this. I mean, I will say this thing is so adversarial. Like, if it fails, it is trained to try anything.
Keep going.
It just like REST APIs. Let me try hacking a batch script. Let me write a Python app to do it. It's kind of scary.
It's kind of cool though in a way, because it's like the ultimate. Like you and I have commented over the years how engineers are great at just working around things that don't work properly, and then that's how stuff gets into the product. And you go, wait, you've been doing it like this for 6 months, and they're like, oh yeah, it stopped working 6 months ago. I had a problem, so I just do it this way now. And and it's very much like that. That's just kind of the coder's mindset. It's just like, I just need to get unblocked.
So
one failure.
There's a failure.
Surely that's just a temporary thing. Yeah, it's a timeout.
It's not her change, but like what you would want is for this failure to be recorded, tracked, like something, right?
Yeah.
We have this other skill called CI test failures.
Maddie's claiming that it was off 13.2.
It wasn't.
She says her branch was taken off 13.2, but you say the PR was targeting main. So
no, if you look at like
you changed it because it looks like it's targeting 13.2.
Do I have the history? Where's the history?
You obviously changed the PR.
I did just now.
Yeah.
But it was you see this? That's how I knew.
Yeah.
Because it had 13.3 PR blah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 13.2. So if I say CI test failures and I point it at this PR, it should be able to. We have this tool that I wrote, this .NET file-based app that downloads the artifacts from GitHub Actions and then extracts the what's that file called for test results? The TRX file.
TRX file.
And it like just puts it in view of the agent, so the agent can. So it downloads the file, unzips it, puts it in a folder, and then tells the agent where the thing is, where the files are, and the agent will just like find it and then like find all the errors for tests.
Nice.
Super useful when you're trying to diagnose CI failures. You can imagine any failure that happening by default. What I want is to automate all this stuff. Right now, it's done by hand. Yeah. But you can imagine flaky test detection, flaky test fixes, trying to repro tests that are flaky, suggesting retries for certain tests that fail more often than others. There's all this.
The other thing to bear in mind and say out loud is that when it comes to like automation, this stuff can help you write the probabilistic based automation as well. Like it's not like it's just opening up and lowering the barrier of entry to like let me go and build a script that automates a thing that wouldn't have been worth doing in the past because it may have taken me like hours and hours to write that script. This thing can help you write the skill. This thing can help you write the loop or set up a new workflow that is part of a thing that is called by a skill. Like, and you can have that as long as you're willing to have the conversation with it. You really can. It's kind of it really is a superpower, but it does take a mind shift. Like it absolutely.
And I think people always ask questions around like, are your skills going to atrophy? Now, there's a certain part of software engineering where like the grind is the skill building. Like you learn.
That's how we learn. That's how human brains learn, right?
Yeah, the friction, right? But like for me personally, downloading the logs from the GitHub UI and putting it on disk and scraping through text that's like super long. I have no desire to ever spend any time doing that.
Whoever enjoyed doing that part.
I just don't care. So look at this. This is a flaky test, time sensitive, not caused with PR. Yes, open an issue with.
So yeah, we could, to your point about automating, we could have made this process of when a test fails on a PR, run some agentic workflow to have a look and assess whether this is just flaky, whether it's a new test failure, whether, et cetera, et cetera. And you could build a deterministic one to do that. It's just, and they do exist. It's just, harder.
I know.
Exactly. And especially if you wanted to like print a pretty message that, informs the user and stuff, because this is what these things do. They generate nice text for you.
And what's funny is like, I would see this, force a rerun and just let it fly because like I don't want to spend the time like copying, pasting, coming up with the issue title, copy and pasting the log output into the issue, like putting a link to the PR to the right build so that the person that does the investigation sees it. Like this thing will just encapsulate all the gathering of information and it will follow the issue. So now you can point a second agent at this thing to go investigate the test, right? I spent zero time trying to figure out like how do I make the perfect issue so when this gets lost in the future, because I'm gonna forget details, the PR, all the information, and it just like it's good. And this is what makes me I think the happiest to automate with AI. It's not just the coding part, it is all the other crap I just hate doing, right? Boring, super boring stuff. All right, so this is being watched. Is it being watched? Like, where are you being watched? I don't see a task here. Let's see what it says. Where is it being watched? Tell me the truth. where are we at now? We got 2 PRs. We got 2 PRs in flight. Maddie's PR, my PR. Maddie's PR works. We should merge her PR. Her PR is on auto merge, I think.
Yeah, she said it was.
But we got to rerun this when it finishes. Actually, I think I can do it now, right? Rerun. Oh, thanks GitHub for scrolling. Rerun fill jobs. The best button.
Yeah. Except it doesn't give you that button until all of them have.
So they're all done.
Run, which I find super annoying. It's like, let me just queue up rerunning.
I should ask a question. Get it fixed.
Yeah.
All right. So this other PR, we want to test this one. This one's worthwhile.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an interesting.
Well, it's the one you were trying to do the SSH into the VM to do, right?
Yeah.
Locally.
So this one I think should have the build is done.
You got the PR script then now?
This thing is there's too much noise here.
It's so much parallel. It's just so many jobs. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so now we should be able to test this change.
Right.
Properly. So
we never changed it so that comment only gets written once the packages are actually available, do we?
We really should though. I mean, like, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, right?
Yes.
It's not done yet.
There you go.
Oh man. So that what Damien is saying is this comment shows up before the
like super early before it's actually built them. So there's a task in there that's like build packages.
Yeah, here it is. Build.
It's still running. Build native CLI archives for each OS. Yeah. It only started 3 minutes ago, even though the comment was posted 43 minutes ago. There's been commits since then. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we should be able to test this at some point. Do we want to start another issue, or do we want to
you got one?
I got a hard one, but I don't know if I want to start. I'll at least show it because it's like
all right.
It'd be fun to discuss. So
have you already root caused it, or could we get it? Are you gonna?
I root caused it, yeah.
Okay.
So I tried. So zooming out there, I tried deploying a TypeScript app host to Azure, and it failed. And it failed in a very strange way.
Oh, dude, sorry. I just ran /diff in my agent, and it looks so much better than yours. I think they may have done an update.
They did.
I get tabs for each file.
Yeah, same. You see it?
Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't notice that on yours.
The color got fixed recently because it was
this is really amazing. Okay,
it's good, right?
That's so cool.
All right. This was my let's see, Aspire. Just make sure I'm like clean-ish. This is a daily build of 13.2, and there's a TypeScript app host in here with the same build with Azure App Containers and the JavaScript app host. So it has React front end, React front end, and a Node back end, Express. Pretty vanilla, like all of our samples.
I mean, I love how you just nonchalantly this is an app host.ts.
Yeah, this is.
Have we ever even shown this? Like done anything real about this on the stream before?
At the end of a previous stream, but not like in detail.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll show that first because it's worthwhile.
That's right. I mean, I think it's just.
I know. This works now. Woo! Oh my god! Apples.ts. So now in the next version of Aspire, you'll be able to write in TypeScript. So here's the app host. Here's all the APIs that we have today in .NET, but like in JavaScript. If you look at our pull requests, there's I think there's 10 open today by Sebastian. Making sure that we actually make these APIs work cross-language. That's kind of the work being done at the moment.
Yeah.
So if I take this app host and I run Aspire start, which also is brand new, by the way. Aspire run is the show. Aspire start runs it in the background. This is new. It should work fine. So Aspire start kicks off the app host in the background. So I have a running app host. Dashboard boots up. Works like a normal app host. Dashboard is working out fine. It has no idea that this is TypeScript. This is just like a detail, but the app host is the same app host. So same feature set, same world, same universe, same dashboard, but just different things here. Same app. So we got the same starter app in, I think, like Python,
right?
.NET has the same thing.
Yeah.
Same front backends, right? So this all works. It's fine. Refresh, blah, 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 blah. So I tried deploying this. Let me Aspire stop this. By the way, this is super cool. I can run Aspire PS and see running app hosts. We have a whole new way to manage app hosts. And this will help with testing. It'll help with agents. It'll help with automation. Basically, everything in the dashboard has been exposed on the command line. So you can automate pretty much the whole thing. You can see logs, oil traces, everything else. Stuff just to show, I guess, a demo of what we are actually shipping. Where's my header? I can start the app host. I can Aspire describe. Thank you, Maddie and Damien, for changing this last time. Remember those changes? Just talking about the verb noun.
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
So there was a big change, right? So now we have app command, add, init, PS, run, start, stop. Then there's per resource commands, Aspire resource name command. You can wait for a resource. You can describe resources. You can export. You can now export a resource. You can export the entire zip. That got merged last night. So when you run tests on the CI, you can collect everything, and then you can do Aspire export, and it will put in zip file all the bits,
everything that you would have been able to see in the dashboard.
State, logs and traces, metrics, and then you can put it in artifacts, and then you can import that same zip into the dashboard and view it.
That's crazy.
That works.
That part's crazy.
Yeah. So logs. That's why the dashboard, we need to make the dashboard multi thing, because you can import like just arbitrary runs from somewhere.
We could have changed it to be an MDE instead of whatever the other one was.
We should build a client app at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
Aspire hotel till you get hotel logs, traces, and metrics. These haven't changed for deployment. Do publish, blah, 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 blah. This is a brand new command used for managing agent setup. Damien hasn't seen this.
We didn't change that description. It still says logs, spans, and traces, but you said logs, spans, and metrics. Hotel. It doesn't say metrics. This is what I was bitching about last time.
I'm not sure we have metrics, to be honest.
Why don't we? We don't export. We don't just. They're in the dashboard.
I don't think we do.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's interesting.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
Super useful new thing you should see. Because David Pine read the GitHub blog post about how they did the new banner. Doesn't that make you feel like fuzzy inside? Oh man,
beautiful.
What else? What do we have here? Secret. So now you can actually manage user secrets across languages without having to use the .NET CLI. So you can see all my passwords and keys. Put this in your password, so you can actually steal my dashboard secrets.
That's cool.
Aspire secret. Yeah, this CRUD. Right. Not interesting. MCP is there's a new. Yeah, actually, I gotta change it. This actually isn't deprecated anymore.
No.
This is. I think
that's the MCP proxy command.
Yeah. I'll skip that for now. If I run Aspire agent,
to be clear to all the people in the comments who are like, I've never seen this. What is this? None of this exists yet. This is what we're shipping in the next release. A lot of this has been built literally in the last 10 days.
So, yeah, 100%. This is all brand new stuff.
It's incredibly new.
Aspire agent in it is coming, and it does similar things to what we had last time.
Alex Combe says 0 out of 10 no Aspire triangle. So you laugh. I did spend a morning over breakfast hand drawing a picture of the Aspire triangle. But I didn't incorporate it into the CLI. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. And of course, the T-shirt that Maddie showed, she did a slightly modified version. It doesn't have all the triangles. It kind of only has 3 of them to fit in the smaller size. So yeah, we could do it. We just haven't done it yet.
Yep. We made a strategic change in the next version, moving from the MCP to the CLI. The MCP is still there. It'll still work the same way it worked before, with more tools. But there's a movement in the industry moving from MCPs especially for local to CLIs. So by default now, when you run agent init in Aspire, and you will see this pop up in more than just Aspire agent init. I think Aspire new and Aspire init will prompt you to ask if you want to add a skill.
Right. Yeah.
And this is this skill is it teaches the agent how to use the CLI for various tasks. So for example, I have not tried this yet for TypeScript. Let's see if this actually works to do anything useful.
Nice.
So it'll install the skills. If I run Copilot YOLO mode, no.
So we don't have a universal skills location still. I thought that was being
agent skills. I think there is one, but
there is one now. We're not doing it yet.
Okay. Anything like universal.
We should update.
Yeah. So if you look here now, there's this new / command for Aspire.
Yep.
So I could invoke the skill by hand, or I could just say like start the Aspire app host. So it'll read the skill, and in theory, it does some stuff that's in context.
Yeah. So this is a case of a skill that, like, honestly, is more of a document surrogate. It's not a skill that's a predefined task. And you know, there's lots of interesting discussions about what constitutes a good skill versus a poor skill and stuff. And so one could argue that this skill perhaps, you know, if the model obviously knew about Aspire already, it wouldn't need it, or if it was able to discover it. But, you know, we're trying this out. And so give us your feedback about how well this works for you. The other thing we should make sure we show is the docs command.
Right? Yeah. So there's a first class command I'll show just in the thing first. There's a new command. This command is a really cool command that David Pine mentioned. The docs command helps the agent essentially search through the docs in a really efficient way. So it doesn't have to go to web fetch the docs site and like scan the pages. There's a standard, I guess in quote standard, called LLMs.txt, where if your website has this, some agents will prefer this instead because it's a more compressed view of the overall docs. What we do in the docs command is we acquire that, we hit that endpoint, and we index all the documentations locally. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
We search for Python when the agent does this search. So like humans, I don't think we'll use this command super often. You'll go to the docs and read the pages and you'll see things there. But agents, if you say add the Aspire Python integration, it'll search for Python, it'll find integrations here, it will find documentation, and it will then do a lookup to say like, you know, Aspire docs get this thing. And this will be fed into the context, and you'll see code samples. So the goal is we basically put the docs directly in the agent's like context, so it can kind of figure out how to write Aspire code. As Aspire changes, as we add new integrations, as new things come online, the idea is that this thing will organically kind of grow and expand. And we don't. And once the docs are good, the agent will do a good job adding things. So this works. The bug that I found, and I can have a hard stop at like 12 something. So let's go until then. So I found this bug. If I run, just to recall what this code is, it's adding container apps. So I want to test and make sure that this worked. When I ran Aspire deploy, it gave me a weird error. Let's see if this fixed. Nope, still broken. This is failing. And it's saying Docker isn't running or healthy, and it's saying it can't log in to Azure. And it's not like Docker is just fine. Docker is here running, like nothing's wrong with it. So when I ran this thing and I did log level debug, it had this. If you want to see what's happening behind the scenes, just run with debug and it'll show you all the guts of what's happening. And we have a pretty significant problem that I have to go work on, where there's a dependency conflict somewhere in our like host server, like a runtime dependency conflict. Yeah, and it made me realize how like the fatal flaw of what we've done. We have to go rewrite a bunch of crap. Yay! That should be fun for an agent to go work on. Wow. Yeah, what's happening is like that package. I'm happy we found it before we ship. That package.
Oh, wow. I think I just realized what's going on here.
It's causing a conflict with, because we merge into one executable.
Yeah.
Everything is being loaded like before the app, and the app dependencies are now conflicting. And there's a forced downgrade happening, essentially. So this thing is not loading client model this version, because the dashboard has an older version that it's like loaded before.
And it's already loaded.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not loaded. It's just in the default load context. So that's what's happening.
I see.
So
even though the dashboard is in a different process, so
it's the same process. It's in the same binary, different process.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the change is to basically we have a custom load context in this pre-built app host server thing. We just need to do.
So let this double click on this for a second. Then I can't believe I said that. What is your plan to solve that then? Are you going to move the dashboard into another? Because I'm managing conflicts between the broad set of dependencies the dashboard has and something that might be brought into the pre-built app host by an integration. Are you just going to use assembly load context to solve this, or are you going to do something else?
That's the current plan.
Okay.
So there is one already in the app host server.
Yeah.
It's putting everything in default. It just needs to.
You need to actually do proper isolated assembly load contexts.
Yeah.
And not load anything into the default one other than what you need to bootstrap everything.
Yep.
Ideally there'd be zero dependencies in the other than the runtime.
If that doesn't work, then plan B.
Then plan B. Okay.
The agent did a really bad job. I mean, it completely failed at trying to do this. So
I mean, what's hilarious to me is that I know for a fact that you have written that code about 14 times in the time I've worked with you in 16 years. We just seem to keep coming back to rewriting a new way to boot .NET.
I mean, Eric saw it and he was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Yep." Again, so this is what the agent did. The agent wrote like garbage code.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just
I think the reality there isn't a great corpus of assembly load context scenarios captured in code for the models to have good. There aren't even great examples, I think, out there, right?
Yep. I mean, so one thing I did, I gave it, and this is to one of the things that I think helps agents write better code. I cloned the .NET runtime repo, and I said, go look at the source code and verify that this is doing what you think it's doing. Go look at the C++ and verify that the ordering matters, and it did that and it helped, but it ended up with complete. This is garbage code.
Oh, okay.
Scanning all assemblies and looking for things.
You didn't try more than one model, I assume. You haven't tried context for this, or
actually, one thing we got 5.4 now, right?
Yeah.
I haven't tried this at all. Maximum.
Don't do extra high. Just from what I've watched this morning, extra high. High is good. Obviously slower.
Extra high is
extra high it gets really task dependent. Extra high is basically more reasoning, right? And so it's going to produce a lot more tokens to try and get to a result, but that means it's typically, I don't know, you have to very specific types of complex tasks might maybe benefit from it.
Yep. From this project, I use reflections. Do that. Need to isolate dependencies. Dependent spell in the custom load context. Someone said this is the Azure Functions problem.
Yeah, it is. It's very similar, right?
Yep.
Or before. That's why the test frameworks work the way they do, and the test harnesses work the way they do. And tooling, it's also the same reason why in Visual Studio you don't just load everything into devenv.exe process. And even then, for the stuff that is in Visual Studio, we still get issues where two teams who are in different parts of Visual Studio take dependencies on different versions, and that doesn't happen anymore as much, but it used to. You have to find that stuff in your build checks and stuff. So a lot more stuff out of proc to solve that.
Last time I tried this, it told me that this is a significant refactoring.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it.
Really?
And I said, just go do it.
It's just like, yeah, nah, bruh.
Do your job. Let's see what the whole plan
I'm gonna respectfully decline.
It's gonna keep the isolation boundary. Okay. Use default LLC for only framework shared. Yeah, this is the sketchy part. So I think this is going to be difficult because this is not a. I think people call it in distribution. Like this is not one of the off-the-shelf solutions. This is like requires a little bit of creativity because I'm not sure this will work. Because I think why can't I paste the default? Prefer the
Bam just says, I think the models write better Python than C#. The C# is almost all crap. While I get the sentiment of that comment, I think the reality is it's oversimplified. Like it's not as simple as they just write. If you give it zero context and you say, write me a C# app that does XYZ with literally no guidance, then it's going to regress to the mean of what its model weights tell it to write. And so you're going to get what is literally within 2 or 3% of whatever the probabilistic average is of all C# that it's ever seen, and it was post-trained on, right? That it's RL. So whereas if you tell it to write C#, ask it to write C# in the context of an existing app that's brownfields, you'll find that the fact that you've got C# already, that is very likely loaded in the context to figure out how to do it, it'll copy the patterns that it sees, right? That's what the models do. So it's not as straight. But if you were to say, hey, in 2 separate things, write a to-do app, one in Python and one in C# or something fairly trivial but well understood, then I would, you could sit there and debate what constitutes crap C#. But it's all about lighting up the right keywords. If you want it to be secure, if you want it to be easy to read, if you want it to be maintainable, if you want it to be well factored, if you want it to be performant, you have to use those words so that you steer the model to a different set of weights that light up, right? Different neurons in the neural network will light up and you'll get different outputs. And if you want to, if you're not experimenting with stuff like that to understand kind of the base where they are as a baseline, I encourage you to take something really simple with zero context and then give it a one-line prompt and something it should be at a one shot really well, but add a couple of these extra instructions. Like I want it to be well factored, I want it to be maintainable, I want it to read nicely, I want it whatever it might be, like secure, etc., and see how it changes what these frontier models do. Obviously, I didn't say it, but the model you use matters as well. If you're using Sonnet 4.5 versus Opus 4.5 or Opus 4.6, or Codex 5.2 versus Codex 5.3, huge difference. Like most of that is post-training too. A lot of them, I think their cutoff date for knowledge is the same. They've been post-trained a lot differently or a lot more. So, like I said, I get where it's coming from. I think yes, there's probably a lot more Python out there it's been trained on, just as the stuff that's there. But of the Python people I know, like getting even Python people to agree on what is good and not good Python code isn't straightforward. It's just true for C# too, right?
I wrote Tally in Python, and it put 1,000 lines in a single file. Yeah, and it just it wasn't good. I have to assume it wasn't good Python because when I tried refactoring it, it had duplicated all the code. So I think when people say good Python, I feel like the code is not clean, but it maybe knows more Python than it knows more C#. Yeah. But the architecture is still kind of bad. There's no layering, there's no refactoring. Yep. It was duplicating code everywhere, right?
You didn't tell it to do any of that, right? So again, it kind of just regressed to whatever its system and prompt says, its instructions say, and whatever it's trained on and what its weights say. So this comment from Sunfred, to that comment, do the foundation models for coding use selective sourcing for their training or they just crawl anything? I will speak without any authority whatsoever. my understanding is they get trained on everything as part of their pre-training, right? Remember the P in GPT stands for pre-training. So as part of their input data, they basically suck up as much of everything they possibly can. And then most of the magic is in the post-training, right? Is in the reinforcement learning and other things that are done after the pre-training phase. And that's what constitutes the difference between things like Codex and regular GPT. Although with GPT 5.4 that just came out, I've seen some articles just today that are positing perhaps there won't be a Codex model anymore because GPT 5.4 is already slightly better than Codex 5.3, and Codex 5.3 was massively better than Codex 5.2. And so whatever they did with their post-training, because it's the same cutoff date, so I assume the base pre-training is the same or very similar. Whatever they've done in GPT 5.4 is really good. It's good enough to write really good code. You don't need a code focused model. But I don't have much experience like using OSS models. So I know a lot of people are into like Quencoder or what's the other one? Kimi has a coding model as well.
And GLM,
yeah.
something.
And so you might, in those cases, because the models are generally much smaller because you're running them locally, I wouldn't be surprised for there to be a much bigger difference between the capability of like the coding focused models versus the non-coding focused models, just because they're smaller. So they have to be a lot more focused. But again, I'm not an authority on any of that. I'm just regurgitating words based on videos I've watched and articles I've read.
So I tried this change and it didn't seem to work like at all. I still see the
So wait, what was
totally being gaslit? So let me see. So the version should be right. The version is like,
where are you? Just like, did you do a list?
On the VM.
You're in an empty folder. There is no code here, and there's no .NET installed, obviously. But it's supposed to.
Hold on.
Because doesn't it?
Hold on.
Okay, no, it's wrong. Is it still running .NET? Did we not add a certs command yet? We didn't do that yet. I thought you did that.
We did. This is like
that's out of date. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna have to add a clear command.
Yeah. Like a reset.
Okay, I got a hard stop at 12. Hold on, I'll let you know soon. 12 something.
12 something.
So this is not so one thing I would do now is to try to figure out how do I get the agent to see this change without me copy and paste.
Yeah.
So like one thought would be, can I give it, would this just work? Will this just work if I run this from my actual machine without anything else? I have no idea. Let's try it. Nope. What? It did work. Okay. Perfect.
Ah, interesting. So is it set up in such that it could, if it observes a failure now, it could build a new version locally, like make changes, build it locally, and copy it over and run it again? Have you got it to that point? Okay.
So when I'm on my Mac, it can, because I think it can build.
Oh, that of course.
Copy it over.
You can't do cross-platform native AOT. You'd have to do a Docker build, and we're not set up for that in the repo currently.
The source is on that machine.
So it could, okay.
So in theory,
it could
on that machine, right? Yeah.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Is there no way? There's no way to run the bundle from source right now, right? As part of the dev loop.
Source, no. You can run local Hive and build a local copy.
But it's a full local copy, like it's all the way through to publish.
It builds the whole thing.
Yeah, that takes a while.
Yeah, I know.
ILC
I was thinking about
isn't
ways to make it go faster, but it needs to minimally. It could be.
You could externalize some of the stuff, right? You could have a dev mode where stuff isn't embedded, and it's not native AOT.
Yes,
maybe
you could. There's a PR Hive install, but no settings installed instead of Aspire binary. Check the TypeScript project folder settings. Blah blah blah. What's it doing? Run the Aspire dot SSH. Blah 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 blah. Running the command.
So this is an example. This whole setup. Say that we got to the further along here, and this setup of a remote of an SSH target where it can check its work works well. This could become a skill, right? Like you could absolutely have a skill now that's like, yeah, I want to do some work with this remote SSH thing because it's a different platform, and I'm working on the CLI. That's something that we could, once you've kind of figure this out. You could invoke in the future. And then specifically, I'm thinking of scenarios where you want the agent to autonomously go off and investigate and fix something. This is all the setup, right? You don't want to have to redo this multiple times, right?
Oh, what is it saying?
The .NET SDK not found check was correctly skipped because it detected the TypeScript app host. The fix works as intended.
Gaslit.
After .NET is empty. Where is it? Wait, what?
This. Okay, my leaving at 12:45. So like.
Oh, you got time.
Let's say 12:35. We got.
Should it run when it's run from a directory that doesn't have a? Oh, it's because it doesn't have a settings.json. Is that why? But it was supposed to like. That's when it does the search, right? The scan.
The return? No, the check should not. Okay, the check should.
Yeah, there you go.
Only run if we definitely see the app host.
Also do a lightweight check for app host files in the current direct. No, that's not. Wait, what? That's the wrong. I thought if he didn't have a settings file, the point was it would scan.
Yeah.
What? It would scan.
Well, the scan is too expensive. So the question is like,
oh,
so it looks for a settings file and it doesn't scan.
Okay. So if there's no settings file, there should be skipping this check now.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Which is a change from how it works today, obviously. Like where it always just assumes it needs to. And then if there is a settings file, it only shows it if the app host language is C#.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so it's close. That sounds like just a small tweak then.
Yep. Logic flip.
Alex Chrome asked the message that I was wondering in my head too, was did it skip running the check but decide to render the message anyway?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what the separation between the check and the actual display is in the rendered stuff. I think you know that code better.
The check is, I mean, the check has to run to get context for display.
Okay.
So
what about an F# app host? Yeah, there's no plans for that. Someone asked an F# app host. There's no plans.
Someone
tried it. Like it's technically kind of doable.
Yeah.
You have to avoid some landmines, like the project ref generation doesn't work, but you can make it work.
Someone is maintaining a F# native thing. I saw.
Okay.
Possibly with this new thing we have for TypeScript, we can project anything in a clean way. If you can't do .NET natively, F# is interesting because F#, even though it's .NET, like building F#, building
you have to be aware.
APIs, to build a separate like API shape.
Yeah.
To make it feel native.
That's interesting. Like if we did that someone did that as a extension language, whatever we want to call these. I mean, we call them that because we know how it's implemented publicly. Like the messaging of the product, it's just all Aspire, right? That's kind of the goal. It doesn't. There's no separation between TypeScript app host versus whatever other sort of app host. Other than you have to opt in your integrations. Integrations get written in C# and you have to opt them in to being available across the bridge.
Yep.
Right.
So one thing we could, it claims the change was made. One thing I could do, is say, go back here, go to the machine directly, go to the Aspire folder, and just like Copilot, YOLO. Ooh. Check out, build a local hive. Oh my gosh, why is it broken? Left and right are doing DNC. Okay. Oh my God, I can't type. Look at that. This thing is busted. Oh my God. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Why is Copilot doing nothing? Let me try again. Oh, like that's like right, and this is left.
Oh, that's interesting. It's key bindings like they're off by one, or like something has gone weird with the key bindings. This is the challenge with building TUIs, is everyone's having to relearn that when you build a TUI, you basically take over all input processing.
I mean, it's not a game loop, but like
it's effectively like, I mean, it's not like a game loop, right? It's
yeah.
I don't know what framework they're using. I don't know whether
I do.
That's a native text box they're using, and so that means that there's a plug in the text box widget. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're essentially rewriting the TUI framework on the fly because it's a lot of bugs. Oh my God, I can't hit home. Okay, check out, build a local hive and test it on this box. Hopefully it won't run out of space, because I think it does, because our build generates so much crap.
So I still get the issue with the Copilot CLI, where when it creates a PR for me, all the line breaks are wrong. And so the body of the, I still get that issue. I have to then go in and like fix it manually. I got /9, like /n inside the body.
That's funny.
It's weird.
This other change, it made this change almost being done. This crazy change, I do this load context nonsense. What's it doing here? What's this junk? I restored integration, blah, 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 blah. Made it share blah assemblies while default LC while loading integration specific assemblies from the integration. I see. That is not right. Oh! This is one that AI can't make work, to be honest. This is like a...
You think?
Yeah, this is... What? Oh, I see. Control U. There we go. This is... I don't think that will work. Some assemblies are not integration. We may have to do something kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Where we build the bundle executable the same way it's being built.
Yeah.
But then we don't use any hard-coded references anywhere in that binary.
Oh. We always ask it to load by name.
It's all a reflection. And then
it's all weight bound.
We set up a load context super early to load from that subset of things. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Huh.
Maybe. Maybe. Treat the problem as shared versus isolated assemblies, not integration specific. Everything under the loader design probe integrate. Yes. What? Yes, but remove the aspire.host. It does not want to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Do your job. It's because I'm on medium. I gotta put it on. You know what I should do?
Put it on high.
Let's try this.
Put it on high at least.
No.
You're gonna go extra high?
11. See if you can figure this out.
Encouragement.
You can do it.
More tokens.
This thing is in a relative. See, local. It's doing skip bundle. Interesting.
Oh. Skip bundle for speed.
I wonder why. Did it say that?
That's what it says right there. Skip bundle for speed under your cursor.
Probably fine. I mean, this thing definitely trained from a developer. It's so lazy. So hopefully, no, this should be good.
When do you put it on autopilot?
After a plan is made, typically.
Yeah, usually, yeah. I've noticed they've changed that recently, the last couple of days. The exiting plan and then moving to implementation seems to not be as automatic again now. You have to exit, and then I have to put it in autopilot and tell it to do it. Whereas for a few versions there, it was like it would stop the plan when it was finished, and then it would say, give you the option. And the first option was like, switch to autopilot and implement. And that was kind of nice.
Yeah. Yep.
But they seem to have pulled that back.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. This extra high thing is like crazy mode.
Interesting.
Maybe it'll sit here for half an hour and be like...
It might.
Just
I don't know how full your context is or whether it's compacting or anything behind the scenes, but
well, it could be.
There's a lot.
It ran just this grep so far.
Okay.
You can't even see what it's doing here.
No, I mean they used to have a shortcut for showing more, right?
Yeah.
Is that still there somewhere? Question mark for shortcuts. You can try that. See what it does.
This is like stuck. Nothing is happening.
Mention, run command. What else is there?
T. Control T.
Control T. Is that what it is?
Oh crap! Hit stop. Ah! Continue.
Keep going. Did you turn on the visualize its thinking?
I think so. Control T. T.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. It's there. You had it.
Analyze reflection boundary. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I think the only two solutions that I can think of resplit the dashboard and this binary. I mean, we have three things in one binary.
I think the dashboard is probably the most problematic, top of my head, just because
it's 100% the most problematic.
It's
the
isolated. Yeah, like
the NuGet fork. That is also problematic. But like nothing in theory. I think if we load dependencies from the integration libraries first, and then follow.
Why does it all have to stay in one process? One binary?
Does it have to be in one binary?
Wouldn't it be far easier to embed dependencies individually, embed the apps individually with a manifest that says, I need these dependencies, and then make your bootstrapper boot the right thing for each app?
That requires thinking.
I know, but like the alternative is you always have everything together and you try and do the most complicated code in the world, which is assembly like context management. You
tell the AI to go. Let's see what it does.
If you didn't have AI,
yeah,
what do you think would be your natural inclination as to how you would solve this?
I'd do this first.
You think you still think trying to manage all of this in proc with the same set of stuff is the way to go?
I try it first.
Okay.
I think
are you packaging the dependencies individually then? Are they all in the bundle? Like different versions of the same assembly? They're not, right?
We were in a meeting with Jan, remember? And I said, have the runtime?
He said just make an app. And that means, in theory, you're just going to get whatever NuGet resolves to, right? So you're going to get the highest version. So it should just work. So where's the problem right now is just the ordering. Then how is it loading a lower version? That's what I don't get.
No. The problem is the dashboards dependencies and the app host servers dependencies are like in the same process, right? They're in the same binary
context.
Yeah. So when you load the TypeScript app host, it says these are my integrations that I want to use.
Oh, the TypeScript app host.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the problem. It's crossing the streams of the boot of the host and everything in it, the bundle, and the generated app host, which is based on what the user brings in. Like that is the original sin here.
The dashboard is infecting.
Yes.
Like the app host server.
You have to separate those. Yeah. Okay.
It is, but like
it's the reason why the dashboard was separate from the beginning. Why we didn't just build it into the app host, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's the same reason.
Somehow that didn't. That was funny.
It just didn't occur to you.
Right? And then when it filled, I was like, "This is a weird error." Oh no.
That's hilarious.
We need to isolate the dependencies in the JSON RPC server, but so I was thinking because this thing is single file, you can't even like delete the DLLs. They're just there. This part of the bundle, part of the thing, right?
So, but like, why not just let the host be the closure of everything that we need, and then just isolate the guest?
Yeah, that's this.
That's what you're doing. Okay, good.
Yeah. So this says when you're in that process.
At this point, you should probably bring up Excalibur and give a visual description for everyone watching.
I actually have a thing.
I think you have an architecture diagram already, right? With Mermaid and stuff in it.
Yeah, because we have AI now.
We can document stuff cheaply.
I write specs now. Sorry, I generate specs.
Yeah, you mean AI writes the code and then you ask AI to generate a spec.
Can you please generate a spec for that code you just wrote?
It's great.
Don't tell my boss.
Look at this. Beautiful.
So there's a doc in the repository if you care about how the Polyglot app host works. And it's essentially JSON RPC to a .NET process.
Fair warning, it's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how you how this narrative unfolds as you read this. If it's kind of like it gets crazier as you go along, as you realize what you did.
Oh god, no, that's kind of nuts. But it works. We're like plowing through it. So hold on, this can't show mermaid. Super lame.
Oh, what? Go and just do it on the repo. Yeah. When's your hard stop? Like now?
Yeah.
Okay. Show this and then we can call it.
We'll thing. So the Polyglot app host, there's a doc. You can put it in the chat, Damien.
Yeah.
And it shows how the whole thing works. Essentially, there's a JSON RPC server in the background. It's funny, this is not there anymore. This dependency is gone now.
Oh.
CLI, I guess this is V1. CLI spawn on that run. This is how it used to work.
Yep.
And the new world looks a lot more complex.
Yep.
The CLI boots up what we call the guest process, which is Node.js or whatever language you're running. And then there's also this thing called the app host server. This is a JSON RPC .NET process that boots up and it manages all the stuff, all the integrations and all the communication between the guest and the server. And then we did more work. Look at that.
There it is.
Thin shell. There we go. We bundle .NET Runtime into a single file app, and we bundle the dashboard and the app host server and all the things into one.
Send me the link and I can put it in the chat for folks.
Oh, good. One Uber binary. So when the net effect is when you do Aspire new on a clean machine with the Aspire CLI, you can write a TypeScript app host without having .NET like pre-installed.
It's crazy.
And we bundled just enough of the runtime to do what we need to make the app host boot up. This, what we call the dashboard. We need enough of the dashboard. DCP is in their bundle as well, and the app host server, this JSON RPC server that is there.
The crazy part is that it's not just a single file app, like you publish a .NET app as a single file app today, or even native AOT. You have to be able to have a dynamic app host written in TypeScript, bring in random dependencies that the hosting integrations need from anything from NuGet, any .NET DLL, which is not native AOT'd. And then, so you had to not just bring a runtime, you had to bring a custom host, and you had to bring something that knows how to lay out a dynamically built application with a set of NuGet packages, but you didn't bring the SDK, which is what does that today. So the whole .NET SDK is what does that today. You run build and it runs restore and it runs MS build and it runs the compiler and it does a whole bunch of fancy stuff. But that's that's where all the size is in the .NET download. Exactly. So we talked about, should we just bundle the .NET SDK? But you thought we could do that, or I could build a custom slimmed down thing that only has the parts that we need. And that means you built a custom NuGet effectively, and you built a custom .NET host, and you built a custom runtime layout, which is basically it's the ASP.NET Core shared framework.
Into one binary. So unzipped is like 150 megs, and it includes the dashboard and the JSON.
And the dashboard is in there, which is crazy.
And NuGet and parts of NuGet, enough that we need. And then there's the main
and DCP
and DCP. I forgot it's in there too. And when you run the first, it unpacks into like DCP, and there's like DCP, and there's two binaries, DCP and managed. These two get unzipped essentially, unpacked the binary. So as you update Aspire versions, the binary carries everything, and then first run will make it just like exist on disk. So it should be transparent when you update from 13.1 to 13.2, and then over time we will move more things to that model. But we left .NET the way it was because we didn't want to affect the current .NET approach. But there's a whole model for adding a language and having the language generate code. We do insane stuff like generate the actual code from an intermediate model that is created from the C#.
The Aspire type system.
Yeah, it is absolutely. I can't believe it works, to be honest. Like we did a bunch of iterations and we got to a place where we got it working well. This just shows like the flow of how it works. The main socket starts up and then it kind of sends stuff back and forth. If you run Aspire run with debug, you'll see all the crap going back and forth. And then we have to marshal all the types that can work. So right now, Sebastian is going through. If you look at the Aspire docs, and it looks like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have to do this for every single language? Like we found a way to make it. You annotate it once, and it will work for every language. That's the model. So
assuming there's a language provider that's been written, right?
Yeah. So you see these like are all here. Kubernetes. He has sent like 1 million pull requests to like clean these up. He also has. There's also, if you look closely in the repository, Sebastian kind of went crazy and added like Rust, Go, Java, and Python. But they're all behind feature flags because we only want to spend time shipping one language right now. Then that's enough work for this release.
Yeah.
But if you look, I think, where is this thing? Is it in test? Somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. It's in workflows. It's in GitHub.
It's interesting. Another thing that's interesting about this to me is thinking of the full history of .NET and the various ways that language interop has been achieved in the past.
Yep.
There's, back in the early days, they did runtime level interop. And then there are things like CSnakes, which is source generator based interop, but the runtimes both run in one process.
Yep.
And then this is a different approach to language interop where you're doing RPC effectively, cogen at compile time and restore time, and then RPC at runtime.
All right, now I got a hard stop.
Yeah.
So
well,
this is awesome. It's not 8 hours.
Was not 8 hours. It was whatever it is. 3 hours, just over. Now I'm looking at the dashboard because Maddie's not here and I'm trying to find the button I'm supposed to click to play the outro. It's here somewhere. It's one of these things. Oh, there it is. I found it. If I do the wrong thing, then we'll all know why. But thanks, everyone. We will see you next time.
See ya. You'll find it somewhere.